next? And next for both teams was the playoffs. And, do you get a chance playing a game that really, other than just giving the boys an opportunity to play, how does it impact your overall, team and season? And it's just one of those games you kind of go, maybe we're better off just not playing this game.
Yeah, I think that from a playoff RPI standard, or just using that, it really wasn't going to matter.
No.
Whether you win or lose, the teams were set where we were going to be. We weren't losing the fifth spot in our region. I mean, we're third overall, but because we didn't win the district, that puts us in the 5. And Jacksonville is set in their spot. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't change. You like the good competition and you want to try to get that game in. But you and I, we went to lunch and we were looking at the weather and we were like, very little chance of Jacksonville Range driving the 3.5, because remember, they're in a bus.
Yeah.
We can do it in 3,
right?
But they're in a bus. So it's 3.5 hours to come down here. And then when you look at some of the logistics and the finances on the logistics, it's just everything's gone up. We've known that as far as the prices, but to rent one of those buses, it's really expensive.
Yes, it is.
So now when you look at having to rent 2 buses to come down, potentially 3.5 hour trip to potentially not play the game because the weather.
Yeah.
From all of what it looked like, it was showing 93% during game time.
Right.
And so then, and it wasn't just that there was rain, it was rain and lightning, which we know how that goes.
Right.
So you have the kids driving down in a bus in that nasty weather. So that right there is bad. The cost of it all, potentially not to come and then have to wait. What you get the game in at 10, gets over it. Now you're not getting home till 4:00 in the morning.
Right.
So it's all of that. We looked and we were like, probably not going to happen. And that's what and their coach is the one that called and said, hey, you know what? This isn't looking good. Let's, because of all the stuff that has to happen.
Right.
You got to make those decisions early. It's not like you can make a game time decision when you're traveling 3.5 hours. Not to mention Coach Jankowski needs all that information because he's got all the help that he's trying to get for that Friday night football game.
Yep.
There's a lot goes into that.
Yeah.
And so it's, those decisions have to be made fairly earlier than you and I just saying, hey, we're going to go watch a game or not.
Right, exactly. And so, yeah, and I do think that was the right decision, even though the weather looked like it could have been good. I mean, honestly, and I did not take a trip over to look at the field. I mean, we had rain. Was it soggy? I mean, and that's not the kind of turf you want to put those kids out on there. Somebody could, twist an ankle, twist a knee, maybe pull a groin or something like that. And then, and especially, you don't want anybody to get hurt. But if like your quarterback, your running back, one of your, key offensive linemen gets hurt and then they're not available for the playoffs.
Well,
yeah,
you're 100% right. And I believe that's what Coach from Jacksonville Reigns, they had a couple of their starters just coming back from a 2-week injury. So they were just getting back. And the last thing they really wanted to do was put them on a bus, drive 3.5 hours, and then play, like you said, on a soggy field where they're just trying to come back. And it's like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Not to mention that Vero had a few players that we weren't even sure if we were going to see play.
Right,
and
exactly.
Because it really, like you said, it wasn't changing our standing for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We have a chance to get them a little back to health, if you want to say. And a couple of them are our starting receivers. Yeah. That coach was a little on the fence, a little game time decision whether they were going to play or not. And then you throw into the fact that you got a wet field, or they potentially have to warm up, sit, right. And then it's like none of that plays into a good hand when you're trying to get ready for the playoffs.
Right, absolutely does. And again, you would love to get that game in, especially just because the kids work hard, and the reward is to get to play on Friday night, and you'd love to see that happen. If for nothing else, a chance for those kids to earn the reward for all the hard work that they put in every week. But they continue to put in the hard work as they get set for this playoff game that's coming up here in just a little while. Now, just as a reminder, during the playoffs, kickoff is 30 minutes later. Generally, we've been dealing with 7 p.m. kickoff time. Now it's 7:30 during the playoffs. The reason why they do that, the state mandates that. It allows teams to, that have to travel, gives them a little more of a window, so they don't necessarily have to miss too much school. So if they're traveling and whatnot, so that's really the reason behind a later kickoff time. So we've got an extra little bit of time here that we're going to be dealing with our countdown to kickoff coverage. So rather than the traditional hour-long pregame show, we're doing a 90-minute pregame show as we get you set for tonight's round one matchup against Forest Hill, Vero Beach on the road, which more than likely will be the scenario for the Fighting Indians as long as they are in the playoffs. And a lot of that has to do because of the fact that you're not a district champ. RPI is good, but in order for Vero Beach to get any home games, that means district champs or teams with a higher RPI will have to fall out. So as an example, if Vero Beach wins tonight against Forest Hill, they will play the winner of Palm Beach Central and Centennial, who will be playing tonight. If Palm Beach Central wins, then it's a home game for Palm Beach Central. If Centennial were to win, Vero Beach has the better RPI, and Vero Beach would get the home game. So that's kind of how that works. So more than likely, Vero Beach fans, you need to be prepared that Vero Beach is going to be on the road for the remainder of this season, however long that is going to be. It starts tonight against the Falcons. We'll talk more about Forest Hill in just a little bit. We're going to step aside. We come back. We're going to talk about maybe the state of the game. If there were some rules that you'd like to see changed that maybe helps improve the game, what would those be? And we'll talk about that as we get ready for this game tonight. It's Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallagencyinc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
Football is about harnessing that aggression into a team effort to achieve perfection.
It's Countdown to Kickoff.
Welcome back. It's Countdown to Kickoff. Paul Tipton along with Dr. Matt Paris as we get set for round one of the playoffs. Vero Beach on the road to take on Forest Hill, the Falcons. Both teams coming in 6-2. Forest Hill, however, is the district champ. Put them at the 4th seed in the playoff bracket. Vero Beach is the 5th seed. So 4 got to be the host for round one. And we'll see if Vero Beach can earn a win here tonight and go on to round 2 to take on the winner between Palm Beach Central and Centennial. Ironically enough, we've got 3 teams from our district that are in this playoff bracket. You've got Vero Beach, obviously, Treasure Coast, and Centennial with their game last week. Got just enough RPI points to squeak in at the 8th seed. And it's kind of one of those good news, bad news scenarios. Good news, you're in. Bad news, you're playing the number 1 seed in the bracket in Palm Beach Central. So good luck to Coach Watkins and the Centennial Eagles tonight as, man, we would love to see them get a win over Palm Beach Central because that means Vero Beach would get a home game next week. So it'd be good to be back home and play in front of the Vero Nation. Matt, the game of football, especially at the high school level, has evolved. We've seen so many different changes. You know, we talk about Treasure Coast being so old school with the single wing, but then you look at the other side and you got spread offense all over the place, and we're seeing, you know, these kids that are just, you know, hitting the weight room and getting strength and conditioning coaches now and all this different stuff. It's just really changed the landscape of the game overall. I think the league itself has done a great job over the years of looking at the rules and going, man, let's do this, let's do that. And it helps provide safety, doesn't change the integrity of the game. But there's always like a few things you look at and you go, man, I really wish they'd do this like college or pro does it. And if you were looking at that, what would you say, man, I really wish you guys would do this?
Well, definitely the one thing that stands out is the fact that we do not allow our quarterbacks to intentionally throw the ball away. And in high school football, there is no, you just can't let it go. If there's not a receiver in the area, it's an intentional grounding. Mm-hmm. At the college or the pro level, as long as you're outside of the tackles, and that gets pretty loose because they allow them to get pretty close to that, you can throw the ball away. Now, the rules are that you have to be outside the tackle, and the pass doesn't have to be near anyone, but it has to make the line of scrimmage, with that line of scrimmage being like an infinite line that goes out of bounds. So you can throw it out of bounds as long as it would cross that particular plane. Mm-hmm. I think that's great because you're trying to limit the hits. Well, with a high school quarterback, if he's scrambling and he's got a guy barreling down on him, there's no one in the area, he can't just release it. Or if he's trying to throw it deep to get over somebody or near someone, he's really opening himself up now to take a big hit. And we've seen that. I'd love to see them change that rule for high school. Mm-hmm. Once you're outside the pocket, you want to throw it away. No, you don't lose your down. And, it's because it's a penalty plus it's a loss of down on the intentional grounding. So I would think that would be number one, protect the quarterbacks, allow them to, and it's a pretty easy call to make for you're a ref, you're sitting there, does the ball cross the line or not? You got the other ref saying, okay, he was outside the tackle. Mm-hmm. Pretty easy on that one. Yeah. I would love to see them do that. That would be the number one thing that I'd love to see.
Yeah, and I agree with you. We've seen it a number of times, whether it's been Vero or it's been other teams where the quarterback is just running for his life and he knows he's got to hang on to that ball because he's got nobody around to throw it to. And, sometimes you've seen them take some pretty big hits. And sometimes it's just been because they're running on a full sprint, they can tweak a knee or an ankle or something like that. And you lost a kid. And you can make the argument, well, that could happen at any time. That's true. But the idea is let's try to limit the possibilities.
That's right. The other thing, Paul, that I'd like to see that they just started doing in the professional and the collegiate level is on kickoffs. Mm-hmm. They allow them to do a fair catch, and wherever the fair catch is, no matter where it is, if it's behind the 25, from the goal line to the 20, the ball is going to come out to the 25-yard line. Mm-hmm. And I love that idea. When you talk about the potential for the most violent hits, it's coming on special teams where you have a 40-yard sprint. We're going this way, and you got a 15 to 20-yard sprint going the other way. And, the mathematical laws are that you combine the forces, that's what you get. So it's you have potential for big collisions where they're trying to take that out. So they're saying, hey, if you're a receiver and you want to fair catch it. Now, in high school, the ball goes into the end zone. It's automatically dead coming out to the 20. Mm-hmm. I like the fact that the fair catch, you get the ball on the 25. It limits a lot of those high-speed collisions. They're doing it at the next level. Why not drop down and protect the high school kids?
I totally agree with you. Because, again, you almost feel like a lot of these rules should start at high school and work its way up, not the other way around. But it is what it is, and I agree with you. I think if we could, have that, especially that rule. We could talk about a lot of other rules, but I think that is a key rule there, Matt, that if we could limit those kind of collisions, man, it really reduces the opportunity for concussions, severe injuries, and those kind of natures. Yeah, if I would tag one on what you were saying earlier about with the quarterback, it would be in the area of pass interference. And, a lot of times we see some of these, throws that go towards a receiver, but it's like so far high or low or whatever. And there's no way, even if he was by himself, that receiver was ever going to catch it. They don't have a rule that says whether it's catchable or uncatchable. And so I would really like to see that as one. I don't feel like that's as big as what you were talking about with the quarterback and the fair catch, but it definitely, I think, could help because, it really hurts the defense a lot. When they're playing good coverage, and a guy throws a flag for pass interference and that kid never had an opportunity to catch that ball.
Yeah, I think that would be another one of those that's pretty easy to institute. It's not like it's, and you can get help. But, if it's anywhere near him, call it. But there's some where the ball's thrown 10 feet over the kid's head or not even near it. And there's no way of looking and coming back against that.
Yeah.
And, or get some help from another ref. Because this ref might look, he's not really watching the ball. He just watched the play. And all of a sudden the other ref comes and says, hey, there's zero chance that he was going to be able to catch that ball. All right, not even Shaquille O'Neal could have jumped up and caught that ball. Right. So, I agree with you on that. Probably a little, like you said, lesser on my things to change. I'd like to see those other things, but definitely that. And again, it's a subjective call. Yeah. But it would be a little bit easier on the defense to actually make plays.
All right. Well, hopefully the state is listening, and maybe they'll make some changes just because we said so, right?
That's right.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm going to step aside here for a moment, and when we come back, Matt's going to be with Coach Jankowski to talk about last week not having a game, what all went into that, and getting set for tonight's first-round matchup against Forest Hill. We're counting down to kickoff. We still got a little bit of time, about an hour before we get to kickoff, so stick with us. Coach Jay's coming up next.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
This is America. We all love football. Where football means football. Christian FM presents Countdown to Kickoff.
And welcome back. It's Countdown to Kickoff, getting set for Vero Beach's first playoff game tonight, taking on Forest Hill down in West Palm Beach. We got about an hour before we get to this game, so let's take a moment here and check in with our head coach, Lenny Jankowski, who's standing by with Dr. Matt Parrish to talk about last week with no game and getting ready for tonight's first.
And the weather forecast more than anything. Jacksonville traveling three hours south here to the Citrus Bowl. It was decided on their end that they wouldn't be able to make the trip, late Thursday, and it was probably for the best. Although the weather cleared a little bit, just with the forecast and that front coming through, they would have had to travel through some messy stuff, and just really didn't get the okay from their administration. So, we go back 2 weeks to the Fort Pierce Central game, and it was a great game for us. Obviously, a district rival in Fort Pierce Central. We previewed that game and voiced our concerns and the challenges that we had going in, and really we just came out and played really well. You mentioned those 5 touchdowns from Vandravius, that happened all in the first half. So that I know it ties a school record. I had heard about that, and with us being up in the first half, I think it was 41-0 at the end of the first half. Dre didn't play in the second half, along with a lot of our other starters, and somebody had mentioned on the sideline about that being a record, but I think Dre would say the same. He's excited and obviously had a big first half there, and 5 touchdowns in a game is incredible, and he and Maurice hooked up on those and had the hot hand that game. You just never know, as we talk to our receivers all the time, on who's going to have the availability to, based on what coverages are going on. Obviously, it's nice to have a kid as talented as Dre because he made those plays. But and then in touchdown, I try to impress our kids with this all the time, that's why this is the ultimate team game, and you have a guy that's made a couple, great individual plays, but there's a whole lot that goes into those touchdowns, whether it's, the offensive line, giving Maurice Smith the time to throw it, obviously Maurice putting it out there, and then those other receivers, doing their job to create. One of the scores by Van Dravius was a screen, and we had our receivers out there blocking on the perimeter. It was some great stuff. Our offensive line getting down there and doing some great things. One of the touchdowns was what we call a 50-50 ball, and where it's a one-on-one coverage, and we like to think we have a little better than a 50-50 chance of catching it, but. And Maurice puts it up there, and Dre's just does his deal. So there's a lot that goes into it, but obviously anytime you have an individual record, goodness, we've been in existence. Our football program has been in existence for a long time, and to have somebody tie a record like that, I couldn't be more proud and excited for Dre, and I know that he's looking for a lot more than just individual accolades. He's been a great team player all year long.
Well, Coach, you mentioned earlier a little bit about that offensive line, and let's talk about that O-line, just the progression they've had, especially when you saw Fort Pierce, and in particular our tackle, Omarion Davis, going against potentially one of the best defenders, the defensive lineman in our area, and really how he dominated.
Yeah, we had some huge concerns going into that game. Their kid Gabe, I think his last name's Jacobs, and but he wore number 52. That's probably what our fans remember, just like I do. And I think we had Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C for him because he was very disruptive, had an incredible motor, and just really we weren't sure on how we were going to be able to handle him because he's one of those guys that when you turn the film on, he just pops, and very disruptive. He's a state champ in wrestling, so I think that speaks a lot. He's 6'4", 240, and can run, and so when you have that kind of motor and you have that kind of frame and you got that, and like I said, he's making plays all over the place. We obviously had some concerns, but I couldn't have been more proud of the Big O. Omarion, he really, we never had to get to Plan B because he lined up on Omarion, the entire night. I felt like Omarion handled him, and it's no knock to their player, but I just think that Omarion had the right mindset. Obviously, he worked really did a great job in practice and preparation that week, and came to Friday night and did a great job. So he held him in check, and we were able to do some things offensively. Both, we already talked about what we were able to do in the air, and we were able to run the ball as well. And so we had a good night all the way around. Took advantage of some opportunistic situations that happened in the game through special teams. So we had some field position, and all in all, it was a very balanced game for us, and we were excited to get the win.
That's Coach Jankowski talking about last game that we had against Central, their offensive effort. When we come back, we'll have them break down the defensive effort and also check on the health of the team as we prepare for Forest Hill tonight. Listen to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic, when the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com.
Chronic Tacos Mexican Grill loves serving their community. That's why they're proud sponsors of the Fighting Indians. Chronic Tacos is now featuring their new street corn and surf and turf burrito. They use third-generation recipes and fresh ingredients in preparing all their dishes. Next to Marshall's off Route 60. Go Indians!
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plan to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Football! It's Countdown to Kickoff.
Well, Coach Jay, the defensive effort against Fort Pierce Central a few weeks ago was very impressive at all three levels, your defensive line, your linebackers, your secondary, in particular, Chandler Taylor. I think he had 3 sacks and really seemed to find a home in that 3 technique.
Yeah, I agree. And he's one of those guys that you really root for, and because he's a grinder. He's you look at him, he's built like a Greek god, and he's a little undersized, I guess you'd say. I follow that by saying he's undersized. It probably doesn't sound all that, but for his position, he's about 225, probably about 5'10", but man, does he just get after it. And he plays on the D-line. He can play all over the place, but you mentioned, playing in that 3 technique, which is a defensive tackle position, and really just takes advantage of his strength and his athleticism. And he's just a really, really good player. Our D linemen, he along with Brandon Neely, those guys, Kewan Roberts, those guys have really caused people some fits this year, and have really anchored our defense, so to speak. And obviously, the other two, the other 2 levels of the defense, it all does work together. But they're a bear to get out. They when we go O-line against D-line, it's a battle, and those guys are regularly just causing the offensive lineman fits. So there's no surprise to me that he's had some dominant games. Fort Pierce Central in particular was a great game for him, and we're going to really need Chandler and his leadership and all of what he brings to the table, through the, and obviously tonight. And if we want to stay in this thing for any length of time, these playoffs, we need his leadership and his efforts every Friday night.
Coach, one of the things that we've noticed also is that with obviously James Mons is just James Mons. He's continues to just show why he's one of the number 1 guys. But also Anderson moving back to the safety position, it seems like kid loves to hit, but he's just a little more at home there as well.
Yeah, I think, that's always a big challenge, for, I think, any high school coaching staff, but in particular on defense, is trying to, fit those puzzle pieces and get them in, get the best 11 guys out there, whatever it has to be. And the challenge with that is that, week in and week out, you see a different style of offense. So you've got to get guys lined up, and you want to try to keep your best 11 out there. You want to, make sure that they're comfortable with what they're doing. But I agree. I think that, Elijah Anderson, number 20 is a guy that, has played, most of his time. He's only a sophomore, but he's logged a lot of minutes, but has played his best football when he's at that safety position and rolling them down and doing some things. You mentioned, his ability to make tackles and the contact and all that. So I think, he every time out there he gets a little more comfortable and again, a really talented player, the 3rd brother that we've been lucky enough to coach, and really just excited about what he does and obviously not just his future but what he's doing now.
Coach, let's switch thoughts and just talk about the health of the team. I know we had a couple of injuries in that Fort Pierce Central game, but how are the kids looking for tonight?
Yeah, well, if there is a positive of not getting to play last week, it does give us a week to get healthy, to get some fresh legs and all of what I think is important, heading into the playoffs. Of course, Forest Hill ran into the same deal where they didn't get an opportunity to play their game. So I think we'll probably be, where you'd like to say maybe you have an advantage, probably even in that, but we have gotten healthier. There were some guys at this stage of the game you're going to have, not everybody's going to feel perfect, come Friday night, and you're going to have those bumps and bruises, but we don't, we expect to have everybody, close to full speed. Of course, we lost those 2 guys at the beginning of the year, and those were season-ending deals, or at least as it stands right now. I think there's a chance that we could get Kevin Pollock back, later down the line. He's our sophomore linebacker that we lost early on. But anyway, I'm pleased with our health for the most part. Our guys are rested. We've had a good week of practice. We were able to stay healthy through practice. That's always, a big concern. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's Coach Jay talking about the health of the team in the last game's defensive efforts. We come back. Coach is going to talk about one of the backbones that makes this program what it is, and that is the booster program. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and they're Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallAgencyInc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Ready for some football? Football. Christian FM presents Countdown to Kickoff.
Football rules! Well, welcome back. I'm Dr. Matt, hanging out with Coach Lenny Jankowski. Coach, let's talk about the unsung heroes of the program, and that is the booster program. So much goes into making every game a great experience, and it starts with that booster program.
Yeah, I'm glad you give me an opportunity to talk about, the guys and the girls that are involved with our booster club, because there's so much that goes on, and it's a thankless position. He's going to be disappointed that I mentioned him by name, because he's not one of those guys. But I got to start with Rick Klipstein. I mean, he's just in addition to just doing all of what he does and really doing it for all the right reasons. We've got a program with close to 200 players in it, and Rick, makes sure that those freshman, players are not forgotten about. He makes sure that the JV kids, that we've got people attending to them, and then of course, these varsity kids, and all of what he does behind the scenes, out in the forefront, in the community. I've got a tremendous amount of gratitude towards him, and he's a great friend and a soundboard for a lot of things. So I'm proud to obviously call him our booster president, but also proud to, consider him a friend and all of what he does for all these kids. Because these players, they're an extension of your family. When you're around these guys as much as we are, I've said this many a times. I'm around our players more than I'm around my own kids, and so you love them. You want what's best for them. You want them to have the best possible experience they can have through football, and it doesn't always mean they're getting their name in the paper or getting talked about on the radio show for touchdowns or tackles or interceptions or whatever. But they're all, we love them. We love these guys, and we're appreciative of their efforts. And so our booster club, has a way of not just providing them the needs, but also, showing hopefully an extension of the love that we have for our players and doing all that. But it's nonstop, and with all the different ways that people communicate these days, there's not a day that typically goes by that I'm not texting Rick or emailing or calling or whatever, and or at least we do talk face to face on a regular basis as well. So and then there's others that I would take up maybe many more segments to mention by name, but just to start with Rick, he's done a great job, but I want to, really, and I know we probably have plenty of other parents and fans that are listening, if you're interested, in getting involved, it's really a cool experience, I think, and I don't want to speak for the men and ladies that are involved with our booster club, but I think, I see that it brings a lot of, satisfaction to their lives as well. They get to be on the inside, so to speak, be around our players a little more, see what goes on at practice, and get involved, whether it's feeding the players or helping out with whatever the situations are. Obviously, we've got an away game tonight, and there's a lot that goes on with travel and getting word out and communication, whatever it might be behind the scenes, and just lending a helping hand and being active with our program. And we've got former parents that their kids have graduated. Jody Goodrich, she's always around and helping out, and Trevor graduated a couple years ago, so it's just nice. It just creates an extended family kind of atmosphere, and like I said, I'm proud of all these guys. I'm always excited to give them the they need a lot more praise than they get, but anytime we get a chance to give them a plug, it's certainly well deserved.
Well, when you look at Vero program. When we come back, we're going to talk about tonight's game against Forest Hill. Be right back.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Someone said football. Football.
Right. It's countdown to kickoff.
3, 2, 1.
Christian FM presents Countdown to Kickoff.
Well, Vero Nation, Vero is taking on Forest Hill in the first round of the playoffs tonight. Coach Jay, can you give us an insight into the offense we will see from Forest Hill?
Yeah, so I think like on the surface, you look at this game and they're the number 4 seed and we're the number 5. They're 6-2, we're 6-2. So there's a lot of like on the surface similarities, and maybe by formation, you look at their offense and you say, okay, well maybe there's some similarities because they're going to be in a shotgun and they're going to have different looks and those kinds of things. But I would as you look at it a little closer, there's not a ton of similarities in their offensive style compared to our offensive style. They run what we call a spread option, in that they've got a couple of very athletic quarterbacks that have the ability to, on most plays, to either hand it off or pull it out and run it themselves. So that's some challenge in itself. Both quarterbacks, number 1 and number 10, have the ability to throw the ball down the field. Number 10's a younger kid, but extremely athletic, extremely talented, and I think he, just based on the work that we've put in and preparing for these guys, I think number 10 would probably, if I was a betting man, maybe take the majority of the snaps at quarterback, but number 1 plays in there a bunch too, and I think number 10, like I said, is maybe more of the natural QB, where number 1 does some great things back there and causes you some problems, but again, plays a bunch of other positions as well. He's more, although they're both very athletic, I'd say number 1 would fall into a whole nother category. But then their running back is talented as well, and they use a couple different guys. Really, I've talked to our staff about this throughout the week in preparation. To me, it's like they've got a bunch of interchangeable parts, and I think that's a credit and a huge compliment to their coaches in that they've got guys that come in and move in and out of positions, and they all are talented and do some good things. So. We've had our challenges this week and getting ready. I couldn't be more pleased with our efforts in practice, and I think that starts with our defensive staff and the preparation that they put in this past weekend and getting our guys ready, being organized and efficient in practice time. And we're excited to see where it fits because, like I said, when you look at when you compare notes and you look at their team, they've put up a bunch of points. They've been very stingy on defense. Within that 6-2 record, they lost their first 2 games to a couple talented teams, and then they've rattled off 6 wins in a row with some very lopsided scores. So we know we've got our hands full. That's what the playoffs are all about. It's 8A football in the state of Florida, and that's going to be a challenge. On the flip side, defensively, I talk about those interchangeable parts. That gets me to thinking about their defense. I would call their defense, just to our listeners and to the fans, I'd say it's a base 3-4, but it stops right there with base. I mean, they're bringing guys off the edge. On occasion, they'll walk a guy up and it'll look like a 4-man front. They've got safeties rolling down into different coverages. They bring in pressure off the edge, bringing pressure up the middle on a regular basis. They've got guys coming from all over the place. We may have to, set our protection, to the stands sometimes because it looks like guys are coming from the stands. So they'll put pressure. They'll bring pressure from all different parts of the field. We've got to be very sound, and we've had our from our offensive perspective, we've had our challenges and just getting ready for these guys. I think they're very sound. Obviously, again, this is a compliment to their coaching staff because they adjust very well to different formations and motions and shifts and all of what it goes into to having a defense and being a sound defense. So they're district champs in a Palm Beach County district. I think that doesn't happen by accident. You don't go 6-2 by accident. They're a very well-deserved district champ, and we've got our challenges ahead of us. I think that if we do our thing, we're going to have some opportunities for sure. But it certainly wasn't an easy week of practice.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate you sitting down with us, giving us your insights. We'll let you get to the boys. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you at halftime.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Vero Beach Fighting Indians and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services. HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Football is like a religion.
Amen. Christian FM presents Countdown to Kickoff. Amen.
So tonight, Vero Beach begins round 1 of the playoffs. And we welcome you to the campus of Forest Hill, where tonight the Fighting Indians begin the journey in the playoffs. How long they will stay in it, well, that really depends on them, honestly. If they can stay healthy, if they can win games, then they'll be as far as they want to go. And it starts tonight against Forest Hill, and the Falcons coming in here 6-2. Paul Tipton along with Dr. Matt Paris as we get set for round 1 of the playoffs here tonight. It is the region quarterfinal.
And for quite some time, Vero Beach has had the luxury, Matt, of starting games, at least in the playoffs, at home. It's been a while since we've had to start on the road, but that's where we start this year. We find ourselves on the road, and it's going to be an interesting journey for sure because Vero Beach is really accustomed to playing games at home, whether it's the regular season or the playoffs.
And there's no doubt about that. And Coach Jankowski does that on purpose because there's probably not a better crowd than what you see at Vero. So not only does he want our players to have that experience, but, Paul, he wants the other teams to have that experience too. And that's why teams are willing to come to Vero. And you'll see an 8-game home stretch for Vero.
Mm-hmm.
You might have 2 away games. You have to do the home away when it comes to your district teams. But other teams like to come here. We can afford to bring them here. But it's just it's that atmosphere. Normally we're at home because we're the district champs.
Right.
We didn't get that this year, and not only did we not get that, that hurts us potentially not only for that, but the RPI, because we lost a couple of games, we're usually the highest RPI, not just in our area, but in the state.
Yeah.
We're not there. So we have the potential right now, the playoffs, to be away.
Yeah, there's like some scenarios where you could see possibility of Vero Beach getting a home game, but the reality is you really got to face the facts, and it's probably going to be a road journey for Vero Beach, which is unfortunate because we did have one last game on the regular season schedule that got canceled. It was the Jacksonville Reigns game last week. That got canceled. It would have been the final home game for the Fighting Indians, more than likely. Now, we're hopeful that some things will change, and we'll see maybe a scenario where Vero Beach could play at home. But for right now, you got to face the facts that it's probably going to be on the road. You go back 2 years ago when we were really introduced to this whole RPI concept. The playoff brackets changed up quite a bit. Well, Vero Beach won the district at the time, but they also had the RPI numbers that gave them the luxury of they played 3 consecutive games at home. Last year was an anomaly. They threw out the rules, the standard rules, if you will, for playoffs, and it became a situation of, okay, we are going to have games, we weren't sure if they're going to be on the road or not, but Vero Beach had to go through what they call a blind draw, and lo and behold, Vero Beach got a draw that said, you're going to be the number 1 seed in your bracket, you've got, a good record, and because of your record and the draw, you've got home field advantage. So it was just kind of one of those random kind of draw things that happen. Now we're back to the standard practices here this year in the 21 season, Matt. And Vero Beach did not win that game against Treasure Coast, which then took the district championship away, took home field away. So now you got to play on the road. For a player, for coaches, it changes the routine. So when you're at home versus the road, what's the routine? How does it differ from home to road?
Well, number one, just the travel time that you have to have. So when you're at home, you're staying there, and coaches right now, they like to contain the kids. They like to bring them in, and then they'll feed them at different times. And then there's just a little more relaxed atmosphere because it's your home. Now you're in the travel mode, and it's just a weird deal. Where you're at home, you can actually take a nap. You can eat, you can rest, you can take a nap. Some kids can do it, some kids can't when you're doing the whole travel deal. So that kind of throws you off right there. But I think, Paul, the biggest thing is it's just that 12th man that Vero has. It's our fans. That's, whether it's a defense or the offense, it doesn't matter. The 12th man makes such a big difference for Vero. Other schools, we've traveled, we've seen it where there's a lot of times our travel audience is just as much as the home audience.
Yeah.
But when you're at Vero, that 12th man is huge.
Absolutely is huge. So Vero Beach today, they had school, but then at some point they have to go, okay, we got to start getting ready for getting our gear together, get on the bus, make our way to West Palm, but also there's got to be a pregame meal in there. So that in and of itself is all stuff that changes, when you're at home. You go, hey, we can go inside the cafeteria, we can do this, On the road, you got to figure out, okay, where are we stopping? How long is that going to take? When do we want to be at the stadium? When can we be at the stadium? When can we get on the field? All those kind of stuff.
Everything. And I think the young men, they were on the bus at 12:30. So I'm sure that either they fed them before they got on the bus, then they had to come down here. And then you're talking about West Palm. Anything can happen in West Palm traffic-wise, so you have to make sure you're coming down in plenty of time. So then you get them down here, you feed them again, and then there's just this long wait. until now, when you finally get them on the field, get them going, and you know the ups and downs, the excitement of getting on the bus travel, and then the lull, and then okay, now we're putting our pads on, the lull, and the ups and downs, and you just hopefully that our boys they get up at the right time.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to get set for tonight's round one matchup against Forest Hill. We're going to step aside. We'll come back, talk a little bit more about the Falcons. What do we know about them? What do we expect to see tonight when they take the field here for this first playoff game for the 21 season? We'll be back right after this. This is Countdown to Kickoff on your Christian FM.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
The safety of young athletes is priority one. The professionals at Pro Sports and Elite Rehab in Vero Beach are the official physicians for Fighting Indian Sports. Vero Beach High trusts them with their athletes. We thank them for helping to make this broadcast possible. They offer care in orthopedics, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. More at prosportsandeliterehab.com.
Hey, it's Lacey from Cafe 66. We support the Fighting Indians and invite everyone to watch the Friday night games with us while enjoying some barbecue or a burger and a big glass of sweet tea. And of course, there's pie. Then after a fun night of football, how about breakfast? We're open Tuesday through Saturday at 685 US 1. Get your foodie fix at Cafe 66.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Let's play some football! Run right through the back of him. Run right through the middle and out the back.
Christian FM presents Countdown to Kickoff.
So we get set for tonight's matchup. Forest Hill taking on Vero Beach tonight, round one. Vero Beach on the road down here at West Palm, the Wellington area, to take on Forest Hill here tonight at the Falcons' home stadium. The Falcons come in here at 6-2. They won their respective district, District 8, and as the district champ, they get the right to host a home game, at least in the first round. So when you take a look at that playoff bracket, you start at the top, and it is Palm Beach Central, who is the number 1 seed in our bracket. They will be hosting Centennial tonight on their home turf. Of course, Forest Hill's got Vero Beach here. In the bottom half of that bracket, you've got Treasure Coast along with Palm Beach Gardens, Treasure Coast with the home game. That actually, I think, will be a pretty interesting matchup to watch through the course of this evening. And Boone, who's the other district champion in that bracket, is hosting Wellington tonight. So you've got, it's kind of an interesting mixture of teams in this bracket, Matt, because you've got mostly Treasure Coast, Palm Beach County, and then you got the lone Orlando area team in Boone that's a part of this bracket. So, and when you look at some of the other brackets, so you got Region 1, we're in Region 2. So in Region 1, it's mostly all Orlando teams. Then you get into Region 2, which is us, and it's Treasure Coast, Palm Beach County, and then you got the one Orlando team that's in there, or district, I should say, that's in there. You get to Region 3, and that's where it kind of gets a little interesting because you've got mostly West Coast teams, but you still have a couple of those Orlando districts that are part of that region as well. Region 4, that's just all Miami.
That's right.
So they get their own region. So lo and behold, wouldn't you know that Vero Beach is going to be the 5th seed in this respective bracket. They're taking on the 4th seed. Now, Forest Hill, their particular district, Matt, when I took a look at it, it wasn't as strong as some of the other districts, but they did have to play a very formidable team in Park Vista to earn that district championship. So there was not something that was just given to them. They had to earn that one.
No, without a doubt. Anytime you're talking about the Palm Beach teams, remember, they're in Florida in general, but when you start getting into South Florida, and this is considered South Florida, there's just talent. There's talent, there's speed, and then you throw some consistency with some coaching, and you got potential for some really big playmaking and some good teams. And that's, of course, what we're seeing here in Forest Hill with Coach Bassford, who's, he has turned this program around.
He has. You know, it's funny because I went back and I looked because I was kind of curious, how the Falcons been over the last couple of years. So last season, it was interesting because of COVID. Some teams didn't play as much.
Yeah.
Now, Vero Beach got the luxury. They played an entire season. However, Forest Hill, they played 4 games.
That's it.
They were 3-1.
3-1.
They pretty much played their district. That's what they did last year. But you go 2 years ago, they were 6-4. So 2 years in a row, they've had winning seasons. Now this is the third year in a row.
Well, let's go back. If you look at Max Preps, it's pretty neat. They got some stats, and I think they go all the way back to, I think it's 2004. There's a 10-year stretch that Forest Hill probably only won 5 games. They were 0-10,
Wow.
0-10, 1-9, 0-10, 1-9, 3-7. And then Coach Bassford comes in, and all of a sudden you start to see his first year they were 1-9. And then whatever happened, he got the kids to buy into his program. He's turned them around, and now this is what we're seeing as district champs. And you're talking about some teams like Park Vista, who's, they're a good team.
They are.
And so, hey, when you look at it with where they came from and what they're doing, amazing.
Yeah, and those are always stories that you enjoy, especially with high school sports. When you go from just a one-hit wonder to becoming a program, those are always fun to watch. Now, as a traditional program like Vero Beach, you don't want to have to play some good programs because, you like the competition, but at the same time, it's a cool story to see how a guy can come in and turn things around and go from the cellar to the penthouse.
And with the whole way that the FHSAA has rearranged everything, where now you at least get the kids down here that are in your district can stay here. Now they can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it makes it even tougher for a program where you literally, like Forest Hills here, 3 or 4 miles down the road, you got Palm Beach Lakes.
Yep.
A couple more miles down the road, you got Gardens, and you got the different schools. They're not that far away. So if one coach decides to just make a play for these other kids legally, it's not hard for them to just transfer. So I would think it's tougher, especially in this area, for a coach to keep his players, especially the good ones, and build a program, because you're literally one of your best players says, hey, you know what? Let's a couple of my buddies, we're going to go over here to Lakes or to Gardens, and there goes your program.
Yep.
And so I think it's tougher. So I think, even more hats off to the coach who can keep his players down here.
Well said. Well, we will find out what this game is going to be like in just a little bit. We've got still more to get to before we get to kickoff. Kickoff is at 6:30, so we're not too far away from that. We're going to step aside. We come back. We'll check in with the guys down on the sideline, find out what the pulse is like down there. We're counting down to kickoff to the region quarterfinal here on your Christian FM.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
The safety of young athletes is priority one. The professionals at Pro Sports and Elite Rehab in Vero Beach are the official physicians for Fighting Indian Sports. Vero Beach High trusts them with their athletes. We thank them for helping to make this broadcast possible. They offer care in orthopedics, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. More at prosportsandeliterehab.com.
Hey, it's Lacey from Cafe 66. We support the Fighting Indians and invite everyone to watch the Friday night games with us while enjoying some barbecue or a burger and a big glass of sweet tea. And of course, there's pie. Then after a fun night of football, how about breakfast? We're open Tuesday through Saturday at 685 US 1. Get your foodie fix at Cafe 66.
This is America. We all love football. Where football means football. Christian FM presents Countdown to Kickoff.
Region quarterfinal getting set tonight. Vero Beach on the road to take on Forest Hill. Both teams coming in here 6-2. We'll find out which team is going to go on to the next round of the playoffs and which team is going to call it the end of their season here for 2021. Let's get a pulse for the side, or actually the field, and we go down to the sideline. We check in with the guys down there, starting with that defense, and it's Ronnie Self. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Paul. It's great to be back after it seems like we were off for 3 weeks, but not quite that long. But it's great to be back. It's a good night for football. Not much of a breeze down here, but it's not muggy or stuffy. It's just a good night for football. The field, I would say, has seen a lot of activity. It's not in real good shape, especially right down the middle of the field. There's more dirt than there's grass, and overall the field is in pretty bad condition. That could come into play with footing and those kind of things tonight. But defensively, Vero Beach had a great week of practice. They were very focused. Talking to the coaches, they said the kids were really recognizing things from watching films, those kinds over the weeks, getting ready for this game. So hopefully Vero come out and play good, hard defense like we're accustomed to. And if they do that, then they think we'll be pretty successful.
All right. We'll see how that defense holds up against this offense. It's been putting up some pretty lofty numbers over the last 6 weeks on that 6-game winning streak. Let's take a look at our offense, and for that we turn to GT Paris. G?
Well, it's playoff time, Paul and Matt. Playoffs come around, it's all in. You don't have chances for mistakes or little errors. You've got to play 100%. You're the reason these other teams are in their playoffs. They've earned their right into the playoffs. So I'm looking for Vero. We've had the time off, so all the little nicks, the little bruises, while not completely healed, should be much better than they were a week ago. So offensively-wise, all our guys are healthy for the most part. They should be clicking tonight. I think they're ready to go. Like Ronnie said, it's a great night, so it's not going to affect our passing game. The field, while it might be a little bit torn up, I don't think it's going to be a determining factor whether we throw or not throw, or whether we run or not run. I think we come out tonight, play our offense. I like our chances. I like that everybody's healthy, and we should be just full throttle.
All right. Well, thank you, GT. And, that Vero Beach offense coming off a really good win a few weeks ago against Fort Pierce Central. Maurice Smith had a great night. He was 13 of 20, 217 yards, 5 touchdowns. And, of course, all 5 touchdown passes went to Vondravius Jacobs. What a night he had. 6 catches, 136 yards, 5 TDs. That was a great night for that young man. Quincy Rogers had a pretty good performance as well in that ball game with a 31-yard carry for a touchdown. So Vero Beach will be looking to score early and often here tonight and get set for maybe a first-round win and move on to round 2 next week. We'll step aside. When we come back, we're going to get to know our Indians with Chandler Taylor, and we'll have another episode of Women of the Fighting Indians. We're counting down to kickoff to the region quarterfinal here at your Christian FM and the Vero Nation Network. Christian FM thanks Paris Family Chiropractic for their support. Dr. Matt Paris is a longtime resident of Vero Beach and a former quarterback for the Fighting Indians. Just like our Fighting Indians work hard for the win, Dr. Paris works hard for a patient's well-being. From proper alignment to good nutrition, Dr. Paris helps patients achieve the win. Paris Family Chiropractic. When the spine is in line, everything is fine. 299-4649 or parisfamilychiro.com. The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Football is about harnessing that aggression into a team effort to achieve perfection.
It's countdown to kickoff.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff on the Vero Nation Network. Time to get to know your Indians.
I'm Chandler Taylor, defensive line at the Vero Beach High School.
All right, Chandler, you had a great game, man. 3 sacks on the season, gets you to 6.5. Man, you were just in a zone. What was going on out there on the field?
It was a lot of quick set passes and screen passes until they started the cornerbacks and the DBs, they started just locking down, and I just got home.
Now, what we have noticed through the season is at times you've played inside and sometimes you've lined up on the outside. Seems to me, my novice observation is that you seem more comfortable on the inside. Is that true?
Yes, sir. I try to practice on the inside almost every day, and that's what Coach B always has me. He puts me outside sometimes, but that's where he always has me inside, so I just practice more inside.
Is that more about getting leverage on the inside versus maybe say like a speed rush? What's the difference?
I think it's more leverage for it, because really I like to do inside moves when I'm in a 3 tech or a 2. That's the best way I can get a move in, really.
All right, now we're going to talk about sacks here in just a moment, but first I want to talk about maybe some off-the-field stuff because you probably don't get a lot of downtime, but when you do, what's fun time for you?
I like making music. I got introduced to like a recording studio in like 9th grade by my friend Louis, and like ever since then, like I just been like making music, like recording. That's all.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I understand that. You get the bug for it, man. It's kind of one of those things you want to do. That's a cool deal. So you thinking about maybe long term making some records?
Oh yeah, of course. Like I'm trying to like drop a. I'm trying to work on a new project this year coming out, and it's just like. It might drop before it in the season or not. I don't know yet, but I'm still working on it as I'm playing right now.
All right. So, do you already have a stage name already set for yourself?
Oh yeah. I go by Guapo Chan.
There you go. I love it. Tell me about your fam.
My fam. I have like 5 brothers and 2 sisters.
Wow.
And I got a niece and a nephew that lives with me from my older sister on my mom's side.
Now, where are you in the mix of all that? You at the top or in the middle? Where are you?
I'm the middle child.
All right, so you got that. I'm an only child, so I never had to deal with the siblings. But I keep talking to my wife who's got brothers, and they talk about the whole middle child syndrome. They feel like you never get enough. Is that your mentality?
I feel like I do the most, though. Like I feel like I'm like the head sometimes because like the way I position myself. As we all grew up, like me and my like oldest brothers. I only got one older brother, and all my other younger brothers, they're younger, of course.
Yeah.
So I only live with 2 of my brothers, which are my oldest and my youngest. Okay. And I feel like I'm like the oldest right now.
Yeah, you're taking care of business. I got it. You're on your last year. You're probably thinking about college. Besides a scholarship offer, if you had your pick of schools, where would you go? What would you study?
I would like try to attend a HBCU and like try to go on into like some kind of music theory class or something, so I can explore like engineering more, the studio engineering more and stuff.
That's absolutely cool, man. Well, hopefully if the scholarship offer doesn't come, I'll wish you the best of luck on that. All right, so let's talk about those sacks. Right now you sit at 6.5. So I did a little studying, and I don't know if you've taken a look at this or not, but statewide, you're ranking at 152. Now your boy Brandon is just a half a sack ahead of you, and that's almost a little over 25 points ahead of you. So, somewhere in this game coming up, you got to get a nudge in there and get another half sack.
I'm working like Friday. Like I'm just waiting for Friday so I can get. I'm trying to aim for at least 2.
So we'll see what happens on Friday night when you lace them up there, my friend. But congratulations. I mean, 152 is not bad out of I don't even know how many defensive linemen we've got in the state of Florida, but that's pretty good billing there, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's Chandler Taylor, a defensive lineman. Chandler, wish you the best of luck the rest of this season.
Thank you.
Mazzarella's Auto Sales is part of a local business family and their Christian FM supporters.
I'm sales manager Mike Mazzarella, and we always strive to offer late model cars and trucks that undergo inspection and service by our high-tech mechanics. We have Jeeps, Rams, Toyotas, Hondas, commercial vehicles, and luxury vehicles. On site, we have our Spanish-speaking sales and financial advisor Diego Sainz. We also offer our virtual showroom online at mazautosales.com.
I'm Chris, Mike's brother. Our family has been serving our community since 1999.
Now on the corner, 4th Street in Old Dixie.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
It's countdown to kickoff. Now, here's Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians, where we can hear a woman's perspective on Friday night under the lights. Hi, I'm Bobby Paris, and I have the distinct privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity players. And my guest this evening is the lovely, she looks like she belongs in high school with her kids, Kelly Basura. And Kelly is the mom to Liam, number 33, defensive back for our Indians. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for having me.
This is about you, so tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Bobby. My name is Kelly Besora, and I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. Went to college in Pittsburgh, which is where I met my husband as well. He's also from Pittsburgh, so we do have to give a little shout out to the Steelers. I have 2 children, Liam, obviously, and Ava Besora. Liam's a senior, Ava is a junior, both at Vero Beach High School. And Ava is also an athlete. She plays lacrosse. She's also a cross-country runner, and she runs track as well. So what I do for a career is I am in education as well. I work for the School District of Indian River County, and I've gone through the system really from teacher to assistant principal to working at the district office, which is where I am now currently. My position is the Director of Academic Success, and I get the pleasure of really working with our school, all of our K-12 schools across the system. Gives me a lot of opportunities to get into classrooms and see students.
You have a very important job. Your husband, what does he do?
He sells real estate with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. He's a former golf pro, so he also does have an athletic bone in his body. He loves athletics as well.
It is the craziest, chaotic time, I think, between August and December. Holidays, school, everything happens, it seems like, between. What is your secret for keeping your family and your home organized, if there's such a thing?
Well, I don't know that it's a secret, and I wouldn't even suggest that it's organized in my space at the moment. When it starts to feel like we've got a lot of things going on, we just keep reminding ourselves that right now the main thing is we've got to keep the main thing, and these are our children, and we only have them with us for a finite amount of time. And the house project can wait another year because I don't want to miss the important big moments right now in my kids' lives. So that's what we do. We just keep the big thing, and the rest all falls into place.
That's smart. Prioritize, and those kids are part of that. I am a big proponent of student athletes. How does this work for you and Liam and your daughter?
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. The term student athlete has been one that we've used frequently in our house over several years. And I've been really lucky that both of my kids really do hold their academics as a priority and put a ton of effort into it. And, it's just one of those things that while we talk about it and they know that it's a focus and it's a priority, it's going to lead them to their future. They're also equal participants in it. I don't have to follow them around too often about it. They want their future to be bright as well, and they know it's really through their academics.
So join me, Bobby Paris, at halftime for more of Women of Fighting Indians football.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Vero Beach Fighting Indians and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Chronic Tacos Mexican Grill loves serving their community. That's why they're proud sponsors of the Fighting Indians. Chronic Tacos is now featuring their new street corn and surf and turf burritos. They use third-generation recipes and fresh ingredients in preparing all their dishes. Next to Marshall's off Route 60. Go Indians!
He's got a wide open James Smith over the middle of the field. Connects 10-5 touchdown. On a 3rd and 7, there's the snap. Neely in the backfield. It's a sack, and the Indians hold. Quarterback looking over to that right side. He lets it go. Willis steps in front of it. He's going down the sideline. It will be a pick 6. Boom! Handoff. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Scramble for it. Indians got it. Keyshawn Campbell. Floyd on the wide receiver screen. Gets a good block. He's down the sideline. He's taking it to the house. Score it.
This is Fighting Indians Football. Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports presents Fighting Indians Football with Matt Paris, Ronnie Self, Gary Paris, and Paul Tipton.
It's been 12 weeks of regular season, a season that has seen wins, losses, and some special moments. Now it's time for the second season, a chance to see if your team can be the best team when it's all said and done. One play to one quarter to one half, each moment can push toward a win or the end of a season. What will it be for Vero Beach tonight? The playoffs are here, and it is game time. Falcons, Indians, let's play some football. Hey, Vero Nation, it's Paul Tipton. Welcome to the FHSAA State Playoff Series, the Region 2 quarterfinal presented by GNC Miracle Mile. Paul Tipton along with Matt Paris, GT Paris, Ronnie Self, Don Dexter, and Derek West here tonight as the Fighting Indians on the road to take on Forest Hill. The Falcons coming in here 6-2, led by their head coach, Jim Basford, and the Falcons with a district championship, able to host the first round game. Vero Beach unable to capture that district title, lost to Treasure Coast, and so are basically the district runner-up. RPI numbers give you enough to put you at the 5th seed. So this is the 4th seed, and Forest Hill taking on the 5th seed in Vero Beach here tonight. Forest Hill got off to a slow start this season, 0-2, but man, did they pick it up after that. 6 straight wins, and the last ball game was actually just like Vero Beach a couple of weeks ago on the 29th. Spanish River, 42-0. Park Vista was the win that they needed to earn the district title back on October 14th. They won that 16-10. And that's what puts us here tonight as Vero Beach gets set. Vero Beach won the toss, so we'll get set for the kickoff here in just a moment. Matt, Fighting Indians, this is a little bit of different waters for us. Uncharted, sort of. Being on the road, that's not something we do that often.
Not when it comes to the playoffs, not when you're the district champs, and your RPI in the last few years has been so high that we haven't had to experience this. The good thing about this, Paul, and this team right here is that it's not a foreign concept for them to have traveled. Obviously, we lost a game in Vero, which we were going to travel, but we picked up North Marion, which was even further. And we're talking about a 3.5-hour trip. And then, of course, the trip down to Treasure Coast, and then the trip down the last one to Central. So this team is accustomed to being on the road, and hopefully that plays dividends tonight.
Falcons will be wearing dark shirts tonight, black shirts. They've got kind of a Georgia look to them with the black shirts, white pants, and the red helmets. Vero Beach will be wearing its white shirts tonight with red pants, and back to the red helmets tonight, as we had seen the white helmets for the last couple of weeks for the Fighting Indians. I don't know how you feel about it, Matt. I actually kind of liked the white helmets.
You know, it was a good change of pace, and Vero played very well with them, so it's one of those things that don't want to say I'm too superstitious, but yeah, it was a nice change of pace. And to tell you what, with what Oregon has done out there, the Ducks, with all the different uniform changing that's going on and the helmets changing, and now every team does that. And it's an attraction to these young men who, it's when you're putting on the uniform, it's always neat to put on the. That's one of the reasons you play a sport. It's just the uniform's part of it. And then when you can switch it up and do something like that, it is special.
So Vero Beach did win the toss. They have elected to receive. Dylan Reed for the Falcons will get set to kick off in this region quarterfinal. It's about set to get underway. Yes, it is an early start time at 6:30. That is a Palm Beach County thing, as the Falcons try to go with an onside kick here, and they'll just Indians wisely just let that settle there, as it didn't get to the needed 10 yards there. Interesting strategy there, Matt. I don't know why you would only kick it about 5 to 6 yards when you got to get it 10 yards before you can have a chance at it.
You know, Paul, I'm not sure if it. I think it might have kicked the guy that was next to him. It was hard for me to see, but there's obviously he was trying to do the onside, which Coach Bassford and. But we were getting this from the sideline. They had a little better view down there. He just missed the ball as much as you're supposed to. It has to go the 10 yards. He didn't, and that's the easiest return that Vero is going to get on this side of their 50-yard line all year.
Yeah, well, they're going to start on the Falcons' 46-yard line, first down and 10. So Maurice Smith will get set at quarterback. He'll start out with a 4-receiver set, 3 on the right, single to the left. Trying to go with a little bit of RPO. Smith flushed out of the pocket. He'll pick up about 6-7 on the carry. And that's always a good thing when you can start on a first down play with positive yards.
That was a nice job by our offensive line. The secondary for Forest Hill did a great job. There was no one there that was open on the initial read from Maurice Smith. So he just tucked the ball and picked up 8. And I tell you what, the last 4, I think he had 3 Falcons on him.
8-yard gain by Maurice Smith brings up a 2nd and 2. Ball at the Falcon 37. Trying to set up a screen underneath for Dre. Dre turning it up the field. He's got some room to run. He's at the 20, 15, 10. Tried to stop, and when he did, he slid on that turf that we talked about in the pregame. That's a little suspect out there. He was trying to find a way to cut back and get into the end zone, but it is a first down and goal for the Indians after the nice little screen to Vondravius Jacobs.
That's right. That was just a nice play. Good call by Coach, and great blocking, as we've seen all year by the receivers downfield.
Indians. Handoff, Ferguson trying to work off the right side of the line, pushing his way towards the end zone. Touchdown, Reggie Ferguson.
Wow, great call, great run. He spread it out. We had trips to the right. That took the extra linebacker out. Give it to the big man and let him do it. He's been a little injured the last couple of weeks. Looks like he is healthy, ready to go. Boy, I tell you what, the last 3 yards, he was actually going backwards and says, "You're not going to deny me." What a great start for Vero.
Perez will come out for the point after here. Now, Vero Beach is lining up way to the left. Now they'll shift it back towards the middle of the field. Snap, hold, kick. They're going to say no good. Wide left, I suppose. Couldn't see it quite from this angle, but it is a fast start for Vero Beach. They lead 6-0.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
So 3 plays for 46 yards. A 6-yard run by Reggie Ferguson. Missed extra point. It's 6-0. That is the McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive as Vero Beach kicks off to Forest Hill.
And a fumble.
And a fumble. Did Vero Beach get it? Yeah, it looks like they came up with it, and they did. What about that play?
Wow, nice high kick by Cam Perez, and what great coverage from Vero. And I didn't see the number, but big man was coming down the middle. He makes the initial hit, and then someone came over the top, stripped it. Boy, you talk about not a good start from Forest Hill, but how great of a start for Vero Beach, getting the ball now on the 20-yard line going in.
Yeah, no kidding there. So look, Vero Beach will have the ball. They got the first possession on the 40 plus 46. Now they're looking at the plus 20 here. First down and 10, a handoff. Ferguson trying to cut back to the left side, gets inside the 10. Down near the down near the 10-yard line. He got inside the 15-yard line.
That was nice read by Maurice Smith. He's just reading the numbers that have been in the box and hands it off to Ferguson, who does the rest. And how about that offensive line with Baby Joe and Omarion Davis on that left side, just leading the charge.
So the ball is on the 6-yard line. Yeah, hard to see. They don't have the markers on they have them on the far side. Quick screen left side. Turn it upfield. It is a touchdown. Vero Beach back-to-back touchdowns like that.
Well, nice screen out. I believe that is, hey, that's the young man who hasn't been in the end zone, but finally got back into the end zone, and that's Ephraim Floyd, who is just magic when you put the ball in his hands. We put 4 out there. They did not shift out. They only had 2 defenders out there, and Vero was able to take advantage of the numbers.
Perez will get set for the point after. Waiting for the snap. Falcons jump off sides. So they'll move this one up a little after the Falcons jumped off trying to get to the kicker.
So here's the
question. I wonder if
question.
this changes the I was about to say, does this change Coach Jay's mind?
Normally you would say no, but since you missed the first one, but nope, he's going to leave him out there.
So they'll scoot that ball up a little bit and get set for another try here on the extra point. Oh.
Yeah.
And the false start by Vero Beach will move it back.
The unfortunate thing is it goes back further than it goes forward. So I think our right side just got a little jumpy. And we're going to try it again.
So we just call that a do-over.
A do-over.
So line it up, get set for this extra point. 2 penalties so far here. 1 against them, 1 against us. The kick is up, but it looks like it's wide right. So 2 missed extra points, but Vero Beach able to capitalize on mistakes by the Falcons and lead 12-0.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Vero Beach kicks off after scoring their second touchdown, caught at the 2 to the 15. And stopped at the 20-yard line. So the Falcons now will get their first attempt here with the ball from their own 20-yard line as the last possession, the last kickoff, Vero Beach able to get on top of the fumble. Got recovered by Vero Beach, set them up at the 20-yard line. 2 plays, 20 yards. Ephraim Floyd with a 6-yard catch and score. 2 missed extra points, though. Vero Beach is at 12-0, and that scoring drive brought to you by McCall Insurance Agency. So now we see for the first time the Falcons offense. Receiver's going to go in motion. It'll be a handoff. Caught in the backfield, and Brandon Neely knifes through to make the tackle.
Wow. You talk about shooting the gap. He was back there just about the time that the young man was getting the ball from the quarterback. Wow, that was impressive. Brandon Neely shooting in from that left side and making the tackle.
That was Chavez on the carry there for the Falcons. They'll pick up 1 yard, 2nd down and 9. Steamy at quarterback, waiting in the pistol. Short screen left side.
Receiver turns it upfield past the 25.
Well, I tell you what, Vero's seen that in practice, and they've seen that last time they played Central, who threw a lot of screens. It's just a numbers thing out there. If you see a guy that's played off, we talk about that run-pass option ability, and if you see a defender playing off, Vero's playing a little off, you throw it out to him and let him do something.
Estime at quarterback. Miche Estime looking at a 3rd down and 5. As a receiver in motion, it's another handoff up the gut. And a good second effort by Chavers, and that will be enough for a Falcon first down. Boy, initially it looked like the Vero Beach defense stopped him, Matt, but that second effort by the Falcons got him a first.
They certainly did. I'm not sure who was who the surge came from. But there was definitely maybe from that left side of the Falcons' offensive line that came around and helped them because it was stopped.
Put the ball at about the 27-yard line for Forest Hill. He's first down and 10, again from the pistol formation. This time it's a keeper, Estime. He will not get, I think it'll be basically a no gain. It'll be second down and 10.
I'm not sure if that was designed to go that way. They were trying to get the guy to come in motion. He was a late motion from the outside, and quarterback keeper. So what you have is a little bit of Treasure Coast-esque, if you want to say. Mm-hmm. You've got some quarterbacks. They can throw the ball, but they're just really good athletes that can actually run the ball as well, which means you got more blockers in front of them.
Second down and 10. Estime rolling out, flings it downfield, now wide open receiver, and then it's intercepted.
That's
Anderson off the deflection from the receiver by the Falcons. And Vero Beach with another takeaway.
Oh, wow. That was huge. So you just had a bootleg from Miche, who faked the ball to the right, rolls out to the left, and has a Falcon wide open, just overthrows him. And the young man, as he was trying to reach up, tips the ball in the air and allowed Anderson to come in, make a diving catch, and get a turnover, second turnover for the Indians tonight.
That was Keaton, the intended receiver. Went off his hands and right to Anderson. First down and 10 for Vero Beach. Handoff Ferguson off the left side, has a little bit of a hole, trying to muscle his way for a good 7-8 yard gain all the way to the Falcon 41, it looks like. Or, excuse me, about the 37.
Yeah, they just hand off to the left side and going over to our Marion Davis, Baby Joe, Dylan Reeves doing a good job of that surge on the left side. And, boy, once again, look at Ferguson. He's just running hard tonight.
They'll spot it at the 36 of Forest Hill. Smith looking for Dre. Dre's got a couple of blocks off the right side, but then it closed in a hurry. But it is enough for a first down as Dravey is able to get to the 30-yard line, move the sticks.
Yeah, different package that you come in. I like what Coach is doing right now, Coach Jay. He's throwing different formations that some of them that we haven't even seen yet, and he's got different guys in there, different jersey numbers. We saw Paul Paris come in there with the number 93.
First down and 10 at the Falcon 30. Interception by Anderson for Vero Beach has set Vero Beach up for its third possession of the night on a short porch. Smith, he's got time. Finds his outlet in Rogers down the sideline. He's got room. He gets to the 10. A flag will come in, and that may be a block in the back against Vero.
Yeah, we'll see. It's they're not moving the chains or doing anything like that. That was a great job by Maurice Smith. Initially, he looked like he wanted to go down the middle. The Falcons did a good job. There was nothing there, and he goes from his first read, second read, and comes all the way down to a probably a third or fourth read, which is that's just a sign that your quarterback is getting a really good grasp of the offense. And at that next level, if coaches are looking for something, that's what you want to see.
Also means that offensive line's doing a good job to give him time to work through that progression. Hand off to Rogers off the left side. He turns it upfield. He'll have enough for a first down as he gets to the 15-yard line. And that is Quincy Rogers. And we'll have a water break here on the field here. And while we have a moment here, Want to let you know that rights to this broadcast of the region quarterfinal game in the 2021 FHSAA Class 8A Football Championships have been granted to Vero Nation Network by the Florida High School Athletic Association and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida High School Athletic Association and Vero Nation Network is prohibited. Currently, it's a 12-0 lead for the Fighting Indians, as the Indians in the region quarterfinal taking on Forest Hill down here in West Palm. Vero Beach, after Forest Hill kicks off what looked to be I don't know if it was an intentional onside kick or just a missed kick, but Vero Beach got a good start on their first possession, starting from the Falcon 46. Then, on the ensuing kickoff, after the score by Vero, a fumble, Vero Beach starts from the Falcon 20 and scores in 2 plays. Now looking to capitalize on another takeaway here after Anderson on an interception. First down and 10. Off the right side, and Rogers able to get to the 10-yard line.
That's a little jet sweep to the right. And how about big Dalton Jordan, number 65 for Vero? He had his man hemmed up on that right side, and that's what it was able to free up the 5-yard gain for Vero. And right now, I'm telling you what, you're seeing those red hats. The blocking right now for our O-line, Coach Jankowski has to be very pleased.
So looking at second down and 5. The ball on the 11-yard line. Twin receivers on either side. Handoff, Rogers up the middle, and he goes in for a score from 11 yards out. Quincy Rogers gets the touchdown, and Vero Beach extends its lead.
What a nice explosion through the middle by Quincy Rogers. And I tell you what, I love what Maurice Smith, our quarterback's doing as he's handing the ball off. You see him faking the screen. That frees up the linebacker, and that was able to allow Quincy Rogers to shoot through. And then all of a sudden you look at 2 safeties are going, I don't want to hit him. You want to hit him?
Looking for the snap. The hold is there. The kick is up. And this one is good.
We had a new kicker in there. Trying to see who that number is. That looks like number 19 for Vero.
But it is a 19-0 lead now for Vero Beach.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Molinari Pools. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
5 plays and 47 yards for Quincy Rogers, 11-yard carry to get in the end zone. Vero Beach leading now 19-0. We still got 5:16 to go here in the first quarter of play. Paul Tipton, Matt Harris, Ronnie Self, GT Paris here tonight, region quarterfinal. And Vero Beach, short pooch kick for the Indians. Ball is bouncing all over the place. It looked like it touched Vero Beach first. Yeah. You got to give the receiver an opportunity to catch the ball, and Vero Beach got kind of in the way there. And I think that was more accidental because I don't think that the coverage was expecting that kick to be that short.
That's a very interesting. I mean, we've had great coverage downfield, but I guess just to switch it up, do something a little different, and it almost worked. But, yeah, you have to give the young man at least an attempt to field the ball, and we've seen that. And this will give the Falcons their best field position. Oh, definitely their best field position.
Yeah, they'll start at the Vero Beach 47-yard line. First down and 10.
Well, the defense so far, and with our 4-man front, they have done a great job of recognizing the run and not allowing them to get anything to the outside so far. So if we can continue to do that, it's going to be tough for Forest Hill.
Make it a first down and 10 for the Falcons. They're down 19-0. Keeper. And Esteme will not get really anywhere and kind of got stymied right there.
He did. That was what they call the midline option. So he's the quarterback is you got the guy coming across his face, and he's just reading the end. And if the end steps out, he keeps it. If the end goes in, then he gives the ball away. And the read was right, but our backside guys, inside guys, did an awesome job.
Actually, I believe it's Peters now that is in at quarterback. They do this. So you've got some switching quarterbacks that come in and out here. Second down and 10 for the Falcons, down 19-0. This time it's going to be a handoff to the back, but really nowhere to go. As defensively for Vero Beach up front, doing a good job to just stymie all of those holes.
Keyshawn Campbell came in off of a linebacker blitz. Basically what you say is a run blitz from the left side. And hit him as soon as he got the ball. And I tell you what, Coach Leslie is calling a really good game right now.
So it's a 3rd down and long for the Falcons. 3rd and 9 at the Vero Beach 46. Quick look to the sideline, check to see if Coach Bassford wants to change the play here. Read by Peters, rolling out to his right, and he gets tripped up in the backfield. And a good job by that Vero defense on 3rd and long.
Well, that's Brandon Neely that came in and was able to trip him up. He was looking to try to throw a pass. How about the secondary? They said, no, not on our watch. There was nowhere for him to throw. And Brandon Neely beat his man and was able to trip up Peters. And here you are now. You're down 19, Paul. You're on your side of Vero's side of the 50, and it's 4th and 10. Yeah, I'd probably go for it.
Yeah, Vero's had the ball 3 times already in this first quarter, and this is just your second possession. You want to keep that ball if you can. So a 4th and 10. Peters is rolling out to his left. He's got some real estate in front of him. Can he get to the marker? No, he can't. He'll be well short.
Yeah, that was just basically a body to the left. You just take your direct snap and just roll to the left. There wasn't any option to throw the ball. He was just trying to get numbers on the outside. And how about Vero in their secondary? Because he actually had some running room, and it was the secondary guys that came up and made that stick. And, wow, another turnover on downs this time. But the Vero, boy, I tell you what, those guys did a great job.
Yeah, you're talking about Roberts and Taylor, Brown and Neely, Rojas, Campbell, Gould in there, along with Willis, Anderson, Basur, and Mons. And a good job by that defense. Turnover on downs. Vero Beach offense has the ball back now, starting from its 40-yard line this time. 1st down and 10, but leading 19-0, 2:44 to go here in the first quarter. Smith, pump fake. He's looking over the middle field. Wide open is Floyd. Turning it upfield. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Ephraim Floyd.
I believe that's James Smith. That's the old fox. That's what we call the fox. And basically what you're doing is you've got the screen. We've thrown the screen out a number of times. You pump fake the screen. The guy that normally, who is Smith, is doing a great job blocking. He fakes his block, comes right down the middle. Everyone sucks up, and he is wide open. How about that? Turnover on downs. Vero gets the ball, 1 play.
60-yard reception for James Smith. My apologies to the young man. I'm so used to seeing Ephraim over the middle of that field and do exactly what James just did. Now flag's going to stop this extra point, and thankfully so, because it did not look too well for us.
So, Paul, we're getting from the sidelines that the PAT guy is now Jesse Lewis.
All right.
Just came up from the JV. All right. Hey, first one's in the playoffs. There you go, Jesse.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Have fun with that, man.
Yes. Man, you talk about just coach out there. It's just the X's and O's. I love it. I love watching this. When Coach Jankowski, he just sees what they have, and he says, all right, we can get them on this play.
Set for the snap. Hold is there. The kick is up. And this one is good. So it's now 26-0. Vero Beach leading. Still got 2.5 to play first quarter.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass. So it took one play to go 60 yards.
Oh, whoa, that's us.
And another
they fell on it.
fumble on the kickoff. Sorry, I was getting ready to do the scoring drive here, which is really short, by the way. One play, 60 yards. It's James Smith from Maurice Smith. And on the kickoff there, Vero Beach almost with another opportunity there as, Forest Hill just off to a very shaky start.
Well, you're supposed to do a fair catch when you have a pooch kick. That's what you're taught. But it was so close to the sideline that the young man from Forest Hill, he put up the fair catch, and then he was just going to let it go out of bounds. But it hit, stopped, bounced back in, and it actually hit a Vero guy. We had a chance on it, but it bounced out of his hands and then went into a Forest Hill's hands, and that's where they get the ball at the 20.
All right, so they got it at the 20. First down and 10, down 26-0. Handoff up the gut. Be about a 3-yard gain on the carry.
Right now it looks like we've got some second-team guys in, and I believe – was that Zach Sigmund on the tackle?
Chavers on the carry for the Falcons. Clock coming out. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 26-0 lead for Vero Beach. Handoff again. Chavers off the left side. Oh, man, it almost looked like he was about to take off, but quickly closed thanks to that Vero Beach defense. Gets to the 25, maybe 26-yard line where it's now third down.
That was Michael Gould coming in from the linebacker position, and, boy, he shot through. And tell you what, he had a little fire in him on that one. I like to see that. Michael Gould Sr. been kind of in and out of the starting lineup, but I tell you what, you keep making plays like that, and they are not going to take you out.
Looking at a 3rd down and 4. Going to go with a reverse. Trying to get to the wide side, and they're going to go with a pass play. Caught. They're going to say, yeah, kept his foot in right at midfield. Wow.
Yeah, that was a little reverse pass, and you got a guy that's going from the right to the left, and he's a lefty, so that's how you throw it. And I don't know if it was a comeback route almost, but right there kept his toes in. Our young man, Devin Willis, is right there. He was screaming no, he was out, but ref was on it. First down for the Falcons.
The Falcons with a first down at midfield. Down 26-0, inside a minute remaining first quarter. Handoff, working off the left side. Pushing for a 2, 3, 4. Still pushing for about a 5-yard gain for the Falcons, and a flag comes in as some late pushing and shoving.
Yeah, they're still pushing and shoving. Still some talking going down. They brought in kind of a half of the defensive line, that's the starters, and second teamers. We'll see what the call is, if that's either on them, on us.
And personal fouls against Vero Beach.
I did see a number 52. The play was looked like the whistle was blown, and all of a sudden you see 52 from Forest Hill just shoot across, and that's usually a little late hit that they're going to call. And this is just, we talked about it earlier, in the season. You don't want to make mistakes like this. It's you're up on a team. Don't give them any reason to get back in the game. Play a clean game, and do what you're supposed to do.
So that puts the Falcons up to the Vero Beach 30-yard line. First down and 10. Esteme rolling out to his right, looking to fling it downfield. He's got a receiver in the end zone, but he overshoots his target, and it goes incomplete.
Wow, I tell you what, we saw the arm on Esteme. there's a flag on the play, it looked like. And he's calling roughing the passer, possibly. Looked like Brandon Neely was over there and made a legitimate hit because the young man, Miche, his teammate, the ball was still kind of just coming out of his hand when Brandon Neely hit him. But they're going to call a personal foul late, or roughing the passer. Boy, that's a... So we're getting a call from GT that he got hit so hard that he went out of bounds 5 yards, so that's why they're probably calling it.
So 2 big penalties have really advanced the ball for the Falcons right now, as now they are down deep into Vero territory at the 15-yard line, down 26-0, 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Peters at quarterback, trying to keep it. He was trying to read that defense, and the defense did a good job of stopping him in his tracks. That'll be a tackle for a loss.
That was just an option left. He was just either going to keep it or pitch it, and most likely been better off if he'd have pitched that, even though it's into the short side of the field. But good job for Vero.
Well, that's it for the first quarter of play. Vero Beach has been dominant so far in this first quarter, making the most of those opportunities and mistakes by Forest Hill. They lead 26-0. This is the regional quarterfinal, and it's on the Vero Nation Network.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and 4th-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, Christian FM supporter Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856, and their site is McCallagencyInc.com. Proudly serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Well, we're getting set to start the second quarter here. Vero Beach is leading 26-0 over Forest Hill. Forest Hill, though, trying to capitalize on some mistakes by Vero Beach. Have the ball down inside the 20 at the 15-yard line, but a tackle for a loss on that first down play by the Falcons. Vero Beach defense coming up big, and now it's 2nd down and 12 for the Falcons at the 17. Handoff, left side, Chavers turns it upfield, breaking through some tackles, and gets to the end zone. Yeah. 17-yard run by Chavers.
Well, that's what Forest Hill needed. You want to get back in a game, you got to start scoring, and you do it as soon as the second quarter starts. Goes off the left side. We actually had a couple of guys had some arms on them, but you got to make the tackle. We talked about that against the Treasure Coast. You got to be able to put your helmet on the right side. You can't have it on the back side. It's got to be on the front side if you want to stop these guys from any more run down. Obviously, Forest Hill, they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, they're going for 2 here. Center receiver wide to the right side. One back in the backfield. Now receiver in motion to the left side. He's wide open, and a good job on the play there by Willis to break it up.
Well, you were right. He is wide open, and the quarterback just lofted it just enough and allowed time for Devin Willis to come from wherever he was coming from to break up the play.
Scores 26-6 in the start of the second.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM.
So it took the Falcons about 6 plays to get down 80 yards, and thankfully to some penalties by Vero Beach, it really helped that drive move down the field a whole lot quicker and a lot farther. 17-yard run by Chavers, and it is a 26-6 lead for Vero Beach as we just get started here in the second quarter as we await the kickoff from the Falcons. They're going to go with that onside kick. It hits with Vero, and it looks like the Falcons come down with the ball.
That's what they were trying to do right off the get-go. That's a great job by the kicker. That's what you wanted. You wanted that bounce, big bounce. And it went right off of a Indian's hands. He was there. He was in right position. Just bounced right off his hands. And Vero was playing for it. We had our guys over there that we thought were the hands team.
All right, well, we got a second. Let's go down the sideline, check in with GT Paris, and see what's going on down there.
I'm going to try to see if my mic is going out. But we've been totally clicking. Everything looks great. Multiple sets. He's been able to reach into his playbook very much tonight. And we are on spot.
Oh, what a big hit in the backfield is the Falcons with a run play there, and their Vero Beach defense slicing right through that offensive line to make a tackle. Keyshawn Campbell.
Yeah, once again, you hear that number right there, 34, linebacker. He's actually going from his linebacker position, and all of a sudden he'll line up on the defensive line and get a lot of confusion going on with Forest Hill.
Be a second down and 12. Falcons making the most of an onside kick, trailing Vero Beach 26-6. Taking a lot of time here. 4 receiver set, trips to the left side, looking to set up for a screen. Peters catches it, shakes a few tackles. Looked like it was a block in the back and no call. Peters able to get, and now a flag comes in late, and this may be a late hit on Vero.
Yeah, it looked like definitely as a screen out to the left. Looked like a block in the back. They didn't call it. And then you have our senior, Liam Bursa, comes over and just makes a nice hit. Totally legal, didn't lower his head or anything, and then a flag comes out.
Oh, they're going to call it. Yeah, they're calling against a hold on the Falcons.
Okay, we saw that.
Yeah.
Right off the get-go, a little block in the back or a hold, definitely. But I was so glad they didn't call the other one because Liam came over and makes a nice play from the safety position. And you just don't want to penalize a kid for, making a hard hit in the game called football.
So that'll back them up to their own 43-yard line. Looking at about a second down and looks like about 20.
Got a timeout from Forest Hill.
Yeah, Forest Hill's going to take a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 10:30 to go in the second quarter. Vero leads 26-6.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass. So a timeout by the Falcons, and the Falcons got hit with a hold penalty that has pushed them back, put them at their own 43-yard line. It's about a second down and 20 coming up for the Falcons. They're down 26-6, 10.5 to go in the second quarter. Going for a screen, and wow, what a good job by the defense to snuff that one out.
That's Brandon Neely. I tell you what, there was a great job. He actually, you talk about, that was a next-level read. He sees the quarterback. He has a free shot on him. He puts the brakes on, turns around, and if Brandon Neely doesn't make the tackle, there's a lot of room ahead of the Forest Hill running back to actually get a first down plus more, but Brandon Neely says, no, sir.
Now looking at 3rd and a mile for the Falcons. Set up with 3 receivers on the right side, a single to the left. Again, trying to go to the screen. Vero Beach defense is snuffing it out. Man, look at the white shirts tracking to the ball.
They certainly did. That was James Mons, who He starts coming up. He was back about 8 yards as the cornerback comes up, gets into the face, and just reads the quarterback well. Puts the initial hit, which stymied him a little bit and allowed the other red helmets to come over and make the stop.
Lose 4 on that play, and it's going to bring the punt unit out for the Falcons. 9:15 and counting. Second quarter. 26-6 to score. Vero Beach on top. Round 1 of the playoffs. Snap is there. Kick is away. Low end over end punt. Takes a good Falcon bounce. And Vero Beach wisely just gets away from it.
Yeah, that ball was actually kicked from the right hash all the way, rolls about the middle to the left hash. And, there's nothing you can do. There's no return on that. Great job by the defense, because you remember they got the ball in our half after the onside kick. They just went backwards. Of course, our first team was in. Coach Leslie said, or Coach Jankowski said, hey, get those starters back in. Let's get the ball back.
All right, so this time we start from our own 27-yard line, first down and 10, but we lead 26-6. This will be the 5th possession for the Fighting Indians here in this ball game. Going to go quick screen left side, turning it upfield to the 30, 35, and down near the 40-yard line. It'll be enough for a Vero first down right at the 39.
That was Ephraim Floyd just coming, just that little screen. It might have even lined up in the backfield, and Floyd just does what he does. He just catches it. We had great blocking from our guys on the left side, and then he just picks up a few extra yards just by kind of turning sideways.
First down and 10 for the Fighting Indians. Going to go with trips to the right side, a single to the left. One back in the backfield with Maurice Smith. On first down and 10, Smith looking over that fire and right side. He's got his receiver, and they're in Falcon territory and around the 45.
That's Vandrevius Jacobs comes in, and that's like a skinny post. And you have James Smith, who runs off the safety there in a cover 3. He runs off the cornerback on the outside. Vandrevius comes underneath on a little shallow post, and Maurice Smith does his job, puts it right on the numbers.
Move the sticks again, now in Falcon territory. Indians going to go with trips to the left side. Smith looking for Klipstein, turning it upfield. And nowhere to go. I believe that's Delaporta.
That's Delaporta.
Yeah.
Now we got a flag over there on the other side, and we got a helmet that came off of, it looks like Baby Joe.
Yeah, he'll have to come out.
And the flag was probably 30 yards away from where the actual play happened.
Still haven't seen a signal from the official yet. All right.
Personal
foul against Vero Beach. Okay.
So that's one of the plays where Vero can go screen left or screen right. Both you take the right side of the line, they're going to go to the right. Left side of the line is going to go to the left. Well, the right side of the line, they absolutely pancake 2 Forest Hill guys. Our helmet comes off, and somehow we get the flag.
And that'll back us up to our own 41.
So the sideline guys are saying that our boys slammed him into the ground. So they blocked him so hard, they blocked him into the ground. Yeah, it's football. I don't know.
First down and 10, but Vero back to their own 41. Smith in motion. Handoff off the left side. And to midfield, Vero Beach with a good run. I believe that's Ferguson this time that gets the carry for Vero.
That's Ferguson, yeah. Bring in a little bit of a heavy package, bring a couple extra guys in to block, bring Smith in motion, get the numbers on that left side, and picks up a good 10 yards at least on the run.
Second down, still about, we'll call it 2nd and 15. Smith looking over that right side, pump fake. Now he's going to let it fly down the right side. Receiver is ahead, caught, touchdown, Vero Beach.
That was the same play we ran earlier. It's the Fox. You sit there and you got a screen coming to Vandrevius, and everybody's going to keep their eye on Vandrevius Jacobs because he's a Florida State commit. They've told him that, and all of a sudden you see, and I'm looking and trying to see if that's Smith again, who's streaking down the sideline.
Ephraim.
Oh, Ephraim. Oh, okay. Ephraim is also not one of our better receivers, one of our better blockers. He busts loose. Now, the defender did a good job, but Ephraim still was able to get behind him. And how about that throw from Maurice Smith?
Wow.
Man, that was beautiful.
50-yard pass and catch for Floyd from Smith. And the kick is no good on the extra point. But a flag, we may get another try here. We'll see what the penalty is. It's been rough tonight on those special teams so far for both teams.
It has.
It's going to be a personal foul against Forest Hill. So Vero Beach get another opportunity here for an extra point. Currently it's 32-6. 6:55 to go in the second quarter.
Man, did you see the strength of Maurice Smith's arm?
That was impressive.
That was probably, it would have to be 50 yards plus in the air.
So Jesse Lewis in to try the extra point. Kick is up and it's good. Actually, I think that's Perez's back in.
That's Perez's back in.
And he gets it. So it's 33-6. Vero Beach on top in the second.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Hey, it's Lacey from Cafe 66. We support the Fighting Indians and invite everyone to watch the Friday night games with us while enjoying some barbecue or a burger and a big glass of sweet tea. And of course, there's pie. Then after a fun night of football, how about breakfast? We're open Tuesday through Saturday at 685 US 1. Get your foodie fix at Cafe 66.
4 plays, 73 yards. 50 of that was from Maurice Smith to Ephraim Floyd. Extra point is good. And it's 33-6. That is the McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive. Vero Beach leading here with 6:55 to go in the second quarter. It's the regional quarterfinal, region number 2. Kickoff, and it is bobbled. And Vero Beach on the coverage going to drop him right there at the 5-yard line.
So he brought another kicker in, too. And how about the JV young man? He boots the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. Kind of a line drive, but Forest Hill could not handle it. Drops it. And what about the coverage? And I'm telling you right now, it's I think it's Devin Williams, I believe, is the linebacker for Vero that is just making a name for himself right now on special teams, hustling down and making plays.
Looks like they're going to put that ball, it looks like about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, forward progress.
Yeah, I guess so. So at the 7, first down and 10. Vero Beach leading 33-6. Forest Hill starting from their 7 on first down. Handoff off the right side, and Neely right there to gobble him up.
Oh, Brandon Neely coming off the left side. And a little pile up over there in the middle. But Brandon Neely's having a great game.
He
and
is.
Right now, he's playing that left side, that right tackle for – and he's a big kid for Forest Hills going – he's probably looking at the coach going, hey, I need a little help. Can I – oh, and there's a flag.
Late flag. Somebody must have said something.
Yeah, there was a pile up over there in the middle of the field.
They're going to wave it off now.
They're going to wave it off. That's
Okay.
good. You know, sometimes you just let the boys play. Sometimes, you might say something, and it's like, as long as you're not talking about the kid's mother, you're okay.
Second down and 11 for the Falcons. And it will be a timeout for a water break, so we'll step aside. Vero Beach is leading 33-6.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Vero Beach Fighting Indians and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Back here at Forest Hill, Vero Beach leading 33-6. Got a little bit of hydration going on here and ready to get back out on the field and get this game back underway here, where it's going to be a 2nd down and 11 for Forest Hill. Snap is there. The handoff's going to go. Keeper by the quarterback. That's Peters. Peters off the right side, able to get some big yardage as he gets to the 27-yard line. It might have been a fumble, but I think the Falcons get it back.
They did.
That'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, there was a fumble at the end. That was basically like a veer. He had a triple option going on. He had a chance to hand it off. He didn't hand it off. He kept it. And then as he was coming around the edge, he could actually keep it or pitch it. He decided to keep it, pick up a first down. A couple of missed tackles on Vero, but at the end put a nice little pop on him. Caused a fumble, but they were able to recover.
First down and 10 for the Falcons. Indians lead 33-6. You got 5.5 to play in the second quarter. Like there was some movement at the line. Quick strike by the Falcons. The receiver still on his feet after taking the initial contact and able to get another first down as he gets near midfield, and that is La Matina.
Forest Hill has found a little rhythm so far right now, just in this one here with a little run and a nice little slant coming across, and a good pitch and catch for a first down.
They'll mark it at the 49 of Forest Hill. So Nick LaMattina with the catch gets Forest Hill a first down. As we approach 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Vero leading 33-6. Handoff working the left side on the sweep. Vero just stretches it out, and it's going to be a tackle for a loss.
That was Michael Gould shooting in and got the initial contact, and then the rest of Vero was able to come across and clean it up. But how about Michael Gould? Good read. Great job by the right side of that defensive line, who was able to stymie him up and allow the linebacker to get in.
Hubbard on the carry. Tackle for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 14. 4.5 to go, second quarter. Vero Beach just really dominant here in this first half so far on both sides of the ball. A little shifting around by the Falcons. Now receiver in motion. Blitz coming by the Indians. Peters able to get the ball away, finds Hubbard. Hubbard turns it upfield, gets to Vero territory near the 45.
Wow, we had a blitz coming off the left edge, or our right edge, their left edge. Devin Willis almost made the play, but they had a screen call. It's a good call, and as they were able to get up and pick up the not a first down, but pick up a lot more yardage that they needed to get close. I think, what are they on now, Paul?
Yeah, it looks like it's about a third down and 7, looks like. Maybe 3rd and 6.
That's a great open field tackle.
So going to go twin receivers left side. Actually trips to the left side and a single on the right. 3.5 to go. On 3rd down. Pass over the head of Hubbard. Incomplete. It's now 4th down. You got to believe the Falcons will go for this, being where they are on the field.
Oh, there's no doubt. But Keyshawn Campbell was in coverage on that one. He slipped. We've seen it. GT and Ronnie both talked about the field down there and how it's not in good condition. And so far, we have seen Vero guys slipping. We've seen a few Forest Hill, but Keyshawn Campbell, he slipped on the coverage, and luckily the ball was overthrown because other than Keyshawn, there was no one around Forest Hill for that one.
So 4th down and 6. Falcons will send 3 to the left side, a single to the right. And from the pistol formation, the read, flag comes in. Vero Beach will stop it for a no gain. And we'll see what the penalty is. If this is against the Falcons, they'll decline this and turn over on downs.
Yeah, that was just an option right, and there was nowhere to go. Oh, we got a chop block. Yeah.
Let's decline that and turn over.
That's right. Great job by the defense. Gave up a little bit, a couple of first downs. They're going to decline that. But how about the defense on that one? It's assignment football when it comes to the veer or stopping the option. Someone's got to stop the pitch man, and someone's got to get the quarterback. And on that one, there was nowhere to go. And Ronnie Self all year long talks about assignment football. And Ronnie will be happy with his boys because that's what they had right there.
So Vero Beach will get the ball starting from their 46, leading 33-6 with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go before halftime. Vero Beach, they're going to go 5 wide. 4 on the right side, single to the left. 3-man front for the Falcons, and Dre gets the reception, spins out of one tackle, trying to turn it upfield, stays on his feet, and then has to tumble out of bounds as he gets into Falcon territory right around the 30.
I think Coach Jay is just having some fun over there. Boy, you talk about the different formations and everything, and he is just getting the football into his playmakers' hands, and they're doing something special with it.
Going to try to tempo here a little bit as well. Picked up 24 on that reception. It's at 3:01. Clock stopped out of bounds. Now flag's going to come in, and they're going to call a false start.
Wow, you talk about thunder and lightning. Quincy Rogers got in on that one. Whistle was blown, so we'll give Forrest Hill a little bit.
Yeah, but, man, he was off to the races.
Yes.
I think he got to the end zone before that flag hit the ground.
I think he did. But you know what? That whole setup right there is when you start throwing the ball well, and then all of a sudden you hit them with a quick run like that. That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's the epitome of an offense when you're clicking and everything's going well.
First down and 15 now for the Indians. Move the ball back to the 35.
Yep.
And we'll get those 5 yards back thanks to the defensive line of Forest Hill.
Hey, nice job by Dylan Reeves. Dylan Reeves just got popped in the mouth on that one, but that's his job. Don't say anything. He's actually the one calling the cadence on that one. And he took the shot, knocked back, gets up, don't say anything, get your 5 yards back.
So goes back to a first down and 10 from the 30 of the Falcons, leading 33-6. Smith looking. Flag comes down, looks for his receiver. It's caught, touchdown. But let's check the penalty. Dre with the reception, and it's probably coming back.
Oh, wow. Oh, another flag. We got flags flying all over. But I can tell you this, the play was Maurice Smith to Vandrevius Jacobs, who went up high and caught it on the 1 yard line on a deep post. So that was the touchdown.
It's going to be a hold against Vero Beach. And then a dead ball, personal foul against the Falcons.
That's after, so you're going to go 10 yards back, which will still be first down.
Mm-hmm.
Then you throw 15 yards back, so it's going to be a net 5-yard gain for Vero and first down. So we're looking at 1st and 5.
Yeah.
I guess it goes from where the holding was.
Yeah,
so it's a spot foul,
right.
so it's not quite. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
They weren't even numbers,
They weren't.
Matt.
Oh, I know.
Come on. So it'll be 1st and 8 for Vero. They lead 33-6, just under 3 minutes to play. And Quincy Rogers with the quick hitter up the gut. Gets inside the 15.
So nice. We talk about that. You talk about you spread them out, and then hit them right up the middle. Unfortunately, on that one, we just saw our left tackle, Omarion Davis, goes out. Looks like he's grabbing his shoulder, and hopefully that he will be all right.
Receiver in motion. That is Smith. Smith's going to get the toss. But that's one of those deals. And ball's down. It's fumble. Boy, it looked like the whistle had blown. I think they're going to call him down, I believe. No, they're actually going to give that as a fumble.
Oh, wow.
Wow, he was totally stopped.
So the whistle never blew. And, when momentum stops, you protect the players. I believe it was Smith who came in motion, takes the little pass. The pass was complete, and then a fumble on the play. That was a quirky series of events right there.
Yeah, it was. Boy, Vero was looking to put another set of 6 on the board there, but instead now the fumble changes this a little bit as Forest Hill now with some opportunity here. See what they can do with the ball. It'll be first down and 10. They'll start at the 25. Rolling out to the left, flinging it downfield. Ball is batted down. Good defensive play by Vero.
Was he above the line? He might have been in front of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it could be an illegal forward pass if he was beyond the line of scrimmage. And it is. So it'll be a loss of down, make it second down.
And the clock stops.
It's 2:12 left here in the second quarter. The score is 33-6.
Paul, the funny play on that one was, so you got the line judge, she's watching, and a young man, he was probably a good 2.5 yards past the line of scrimmage. It wasn't really like it was close.
Right.
And the back judge, the white hat, has to come over and say, hey, was he in front of that?
So that'll turn it into a second down and 14. Handoff, nowhere to go as the Vero Beach defense really has come to play on that run defense.
They certainly did. Big Jason Bigham's in there. Along with, I'm looking also, Marion McMillan, he's a senior defensive end. He's been in some plays a lot tonight. Good to see him going.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Clock ticking. It's 1:44 and counting before halftime. Falcons trailing the Fighting Indians 33-6. Falcons will line up 3 receivers. Firing to the left side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver on the left side. I believe that was Maxey over there, and Maxey still down on the ground as he took a shot from the Vero defense as that ball was hitting his hands.
Well, it was a slant route, and he was open, but it was high and behind him, so he had to stop and come back. And one of our cornerbacks, I think it was Devin Willis, was able to get up underneath him and break it up, but he had a hard landing as he came on his hip.
We'll take a timeout here at 1:18 left in the second quarter. Injury timeout. Vero leading 33-6. HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Hey, it's Lacey from Cafe 66. We support the Fighting Indians and invite everyone to watch the Friday night games with us while enjoying some barbecue or a burger and a big glass of sweet tea. And of course, there's pie. Then after a fun night of football, how about breakfast? We're open Tuesday through Saturday at 685 US 1. Get your foodie fix at Cafe 66.
Tonight's game in the 2021 FHSAA Class 8A Football Championship is sponsored by Florida High School Athletic Association. The FHSAA is a democratic organization with a membership of more than 700 middle and senior high schools, all committed to ensuring that Florida student athletes can compete fairly and in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association, building leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship. So it is Maxey, the receiver for Forest Hill, took a shot as he was trying to do a slant. Ball went through his hands, took the contact, able to get up. He's coming off the field now. Good to see him walking. Hopefully he will be okay as the Falcons right now are down 33-6. And really, Vero Beach got off to a quick start. They had 3 plays to go 46 yards. Ferguson with a 6-yard run got us on the board first. Then, after an interception, after a fumble on the kickoff, set us up on a short porch at the 20-yard line. 2 plays. Ephraim Floyd catches the ball and goes into the end zone. Anderson with the interception for Vero Beach then gave us another opportunity. 5 plays, got into the end zone again. Rogers on the 11-yard run. Punt by the Falcons, sends the ball away. And the Falcons will down the ball right at about the 47, 48-yard line of Vero Beach. So you've got 1:10 left here before halftime. Matt, what do you think Vero might try here?
Oh, there's 100%. We're going to go for it. I mean, Letty definitely would like to get this to a potential running clock. But we got so many weapons out there. It's crazy when you look at Floyd and Smith, Jacobs, and you also got, of course, Quincy Rogers in there and Della Porta. I mean, it's pick your poison.
4 receivers set. Smith waits for the snap. Pressure coming. Finds a screen for Rogers. Rogers trying to turn it upfield. Shakes off 1 tackle. Shakes off 2. Gets to the 40 or 42-yard line of the Falcons. That'll be enough for a first down. Stops the clock momentarily at 1:02. Gets set here as they're going to go tempo here real quick. Still got a few timeouts here to use if Coach Jay wants to use them. Smith on first down. Finds all he had his receiver and in and out of the hands. You don't see that too often by our receivers.
No, that was James Smith out there who was on the reception. That was a speed out. The defender for number 9 for Forest Hill, he actually undercut it. I don't think he saw it, but it blocked it enough that the ball was able to get in on James Smith, and he wasn't able to come down with the reception.
That'll stop the clock. 50.6 seconds to go. Vero on a 2nd down and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Falcons. Smith looking, swing it out right side. Rogers got open real estate there. He's got a first down, trips up on that yardage line.
He certainly did. The 30-yard line jumped up and grabbed him. Fortunately, it is a first down, so it stops the clock.
But now it's rolling again now, down to 40 seconds. Smith takes the snap. Hand off. Rogers shakes off 1 tackle. Makes a move. He's inside the 10. Inside the 10 now.
And Coach is going to call a timeout. It stops the clock. Coach calls a timeout. 31 seconds to go now. We got 2 more timeouts, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he's used any of his timeouts in his first half. So, you're right. He's still got 2 to go here. So you've got the luxury a little bit if you want to run the ball. You can call a timeout.
You can run it, or if there's a pass play that doesn't get out of bounds, you can still, like you said, stop the clock. So that's our, first timeout, 2 more to go. So you got potentially for 2 or 3 more plays. And you're on the 10-yard line, so there is no chance for a first down. It is 1st and goal.
So far tonight, Reggie Ferguson has scored. Ephraim Floyd has got 2 scores. James Smith has got a score, and Quincy Rogers has got a score tonight. So they're spreading the ball around.
They really are. That's why you say, what do you do? Put it in the hands of one of those guys out there because they're going to do something special. And right now we're seeing Quincy Rogers finding his place, and especially what we call the 2-minute offense, and this is what this is. And he is a mismatch coming out of the backfield because typically a linebacker has to guard him. There's not very many linebackers around. They're going to be able to keep up with him.
So they'll get back out here on the field after the timeout by Vero. It's 31 seconds remaining. 33-6 from the 10. First down. Over the middle. Touchdown from Maurice Smith to Vondravius Jacobs.
That was a slant, and I tell you what, it was a little behind him. Dravius just reaches back with one arm and brings in the catch. That's why Florida State likes that young man. And whoa, what a beautiful catch. And Maurice is coming up to him going, hey, my bad, but thanks for picking me up.
So we'll wait to see what we're going to do here with the extra point. It's been an adventure so far in this first half. Snaps there, the kick's there, and it is down the pike. So make it 40-6. Vero Beach on top.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
53 yards and 4 plays. 10-yard reception by Dre Jacobs. And it is a 40-6 lead now for Vero Beach with 27 seconds remaining before halftime. That is your McCall Insurance Agency scoring drive. Fighting Indians in total control here in the Region 2 quarterfinal. Kickoff at the 5. 15, 20, and down near the 25-yard line.
Once again, Paul, Derek Williams, number 32 for the Indians. If you want to get on the field and you're not getting the playing time, do something on special teams and get the coach's eye. And he has been flying down there, and I'm not sure who's supposed to get him, but they're not. And he is making plays left and right on those special teams, especially that kickoff. But you got to give a kid his credit. If you're going to run down, and that is just, it's impressive.
21 seconds to go from the 25. Forest Hill getting set here with a tight formation. It'll be a handoff right up the gut, and it will go nowhere. And got a feeling that Coach Bassford will just take this one to the locker room.
That's Victor Esquivel in there. Big Victor making his presence known. And you're right. I think he's just going to let it go.
So Vero Beach has made the most here in the first half, putting up 40 points in this first half of play. Both sides of the ball working well. If anything you got to complain about, it would be that special teams. We'll see what Coach Jay's thoughts are on that first half of play as we'll head down to the field and check in with the guys down there. I believe GT's got the head coach right now.
Yeah, down here with Coach Jankowski. Coach, good first half. Normally you and I love to talk offense, but I really want to talk about your defense tonight. I really felt like they really set up your offense. Give me what your perspective.
No doubt. I mean, the defense has really set the tone, obviously with some field position, turnovers, and even some special teams play. So, yeah, I mean, it's a three-phase game. We talk about it all the time, but our defensive coaches have worked really hard for the plan, and you know, they're not the easiest to prepare for with their, spread options. So proud of the way we played that first half.
And now let's talk about the offense. Maurice looked like he was making all the right reads. Looked like you were able to dip into your playbook. We saw a lot of formations. Let's talk about your first half on your offense.
Yeah, I mean, we executed. We got in the end zone, so that's what it's all about.
Good God. All right, Coach.
All right, that's Coach Jankowski talking about that first half of play. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have your Genesis Church of Vero Beach halftime show featuring Women of the Fighting Indians with Bobby Paris. Vero Beach leading 40-6. This is Fighting Indians football.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians Halftime Show, brought to you by Genesis Church. Here's your host, Bobby Paris.
Welcome to Women of the Fighting Indians, where we can hear a woman's perspective on Friday night under the lights. Hi, I'm Bobby Paris, and I have the distinct privilege of interviewing the moms of our senior varsity players. And my guest this evening is the lovely, she looks like she belongs in high school with her kids, Kelly Basura. And Kelly is the mom to Liam, number 33, defensive back for our Indians. Liam is 5'11", 160 pounds, and has really blossomed this season. He's doing an amazing job. What an asset for our Fighting Indians. And he has shown his ability on the field. He reacts quick, strong, and fast, and keeps those wide receivers from scoring. And I tell you what, I was pretty impressed. I heard a little interview that he did with one of the media, and he has his head on good. We've got some good parenting here. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so now, Kelly, this is about you. You have brought Liam to this level of football. I'm sure his dad helped too, but as a mom, I like to give the moms kudos. This is about you, so tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Bobby. My name is Kelly Basura, and I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. Went to college in Pittsburgh, which is where I met my husband as well. He's also from Pittsburgh, so we do have to give a little shout out to the Steelers. Coming from Pittsburgh, if you do not do a Steeler Nation shout out, they will never let you back in the city. So just a little shout out to all of our Steeler friends. I have two children, Liam, obviously, and Ava Basura. Liam's a senior, Ava is a junior, both at Vero Beach High School. And Ava is also an athlete. She plays lacrosse. She's also a cross-country runner, and she runs track as well. So along with my two kids and my husband, we also have my mother who lives here, my brother who lives here, and Thunder, our grandfather in the picture. He's also a big support for Liam as well. So Liam's surrounded by lots of love and family. And so what I do for a career is I am in education as well. I work for the School District of Indian River County, and I've gone through the system really from teacher to assistant principal to working at the district office, which is where I am now currently. My position is the Director of Academic Success, and I get the pleasure of really working with our school, all of our K-12 schools across the system. Gives me a lot of opportunities to get into classrooms and see students.
Well, that is terrific. So being part of school, then you do have to bleed a little bit of black and red with the Fighting Indians. Pittsburgh, I'm sorry. Gary was playing for the Cleveland Browns, and I can remember those Pittsburghs, and he said, how many Super Bowl rings does Terry Bradshaw have? And Gary said, I helped him get probably every single one of them. So there you go. Pittsburgh was an interesting place, but I can see where you could be a Pittsburgh fan. So, all right, Kelly, growing up, were you raised in a sports family?
We really were raised in a sports family, but I think it wasn't so much because we were all athletic as much as it was because my mom wanted us to all stay busy. There were four of us, and we all did different sports. I was a gymnast. My one sister played basketball. Other sister ran track. My brother wrestled. So my mom was on the continual loop of dropping off, watching practice, picking up, and she would just keep rotating through until she had all four of us dropped off and all four of us picked up. And, as an adult, just having two children that are very active in sports, I asked her how she did it. And she said to me one time, well, the alternative was you guys would all be in trouble. So this was a good solution to that problem.
Probably gave her a little break.
I don't know if she would have called it a break, but
anyway, so let me ask you something. You have a very important job. Your husband, what does he do?
He sells real estate with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. He's a former golf pro, so he also does have an athletic bone in his body. He loves athletics as well.
That's great, and real estate's really moving right now, so he's busy. So because you all are so busy, two kids that are all in sports, you're working, your husband's working, it is the craziest chaotic time, I think, between August and December. Holidays, school, everything happens, it seems like, between. What is your secret for keeping your family and your home organized, if there's such a thing?
Well, I don't know that it's a secret, and I wouldn't even suggest that it's organized in my space at the moment. When it starts to feel like we've got a lot of things going on, we just keep reminding ourselves that right now the main thing is we've got to keep the main thing, and these are our children, and we only have them with us for a finite amount of time. And the house project can wait another year because I don't want to miss the important big moments right now in my kids' lives. So that's what we do. We just keep the big thing, and the rest all falls into place.
That's smart. Prioritize, and those kids are part of that. Now, are there other sports that Liam participates in after football?
Yes, he does play lacrosse as well for the Indians.
Women of Fighting Indians football will continue right after this.
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest home. Visit us at gcvero.com.
A septic system is only as good as the installation and maintenance. Reliable Septic is the name known along the coast for being the professionals who install and service these systems for both residential and commercial uses. They'll determine the on-site needs and design considerations for a complete wastewater treatment system. Thanks to Reliable Septic Service. 772-562-4242.
The safety of young athletes is priority one. The professionals at Pro Sports and Elite Rehab in Vero Beach are the official physicians for Fighting Indian Sports. Vero Beach High trusts them with their athletes. We thank them for helping to make this broadcast possible. They offer care in orthopedics, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. More at prosportsandeliterehab.com.
The Fighting Indians Halftime Show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Once again, Bobby Paris.
And my guest this evening is the lovely Kelly Basura. Do you, as his mom, sitting in the stands, get a little nervous maybe about his welfare?
As his mom, I think, and I'll worry about my children always and forever. I don't know how not to. My goal is, and especially when they're out there and they're, exerting such physicality, my goal is, though, that I don't always let them, I don't want them to know that this bothers me.
Yeah.
It's just
consume you.
Right. It cannot consume me. But I also want them to know to be safe, just to play safe, be safe, think about decisions, not just on the field, but across every part of their day. Just
tell about your little communication you have.
So we have, it's Liam and I did not start this out as, we didn't sit down and plan this. It just started organically where, on game day, because we're all so busy and he leaves the house so early in the mornings. And I always want to, talk to him before the game. I'll text him usually, be safe, keep your head protected, that kind of stuff. It's our little back and forth. My goal is I always get to text him before he turns his phone off. Mm-hmm. And there have been a few times that I did not text him before he's about to turn his phone off. So he will text me and remind me, hey, I'm turning my phone off. So I could go through my little scenario, be safe, play safe, love you, I'll see you after the game kind of stuff.
I love it. And the fact that he does that says that he misses it. He really needs that, it's kind of like being in the locker room with the coach, giving you that little, okay, this is what we need to think about. And he misses it. I think that's neat. That's neat. He may not want us to say that, but he probably won't hear this anyway. During this time of year, do you try to have some family time where really there's not football and, you can actually just concentrate on each other and talking?
This is an extremely busy time of the year between where not just football is impacting the schedule, but just their busy school schedules are extraordinarily tough to navigate. We do try. Again, it's not anything that we intend. I wish I could say I was organized enough that I intentionally plan these moments, but we do several times a week sit down and have dinner together. by the weekend, I think we're all spent from busy weeks that we try to go out and grab a bite to eat, at a restaurant or somewhere, so we can just concentrate on good conversation with each other. And both of my kids, they really love to travel, so they're always up for a good day trip somewhere. And, the interesting thing is you've seen these cliche quotes where it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the truth of the matter is even on a day trip somewhere, it's the car conversation that I value the most.
All right, Kelly, I am a big proponent of student athletes. How does this work for you and Liam and your daughter?
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. The term student athlete has been one that we've used frequently in our house over several years. And I've been really lucky that both of my kids really do hold their academics as a priority and put a ton of effort into it. And, it's just one of those things that while we talk about it and they know that it's a focus and it's a priority, it's going to lead them to their future. They're also equal participants in it. I don't have to follow them around too often about it. They want their future to be bright as well, and they know it's really through their academics.
Okay, that gives us to the next question. Does Liam have any idea or goals after graduation?
Yes, he's actually very focused on his goals. He wants to be an ocean engineer, and he would like to do that through the Naval Academy. That is his end goal. It's an extremely lofty goal, very challenging and rigorous to get into the Naval Academy. So he's putting in the efforts and the work that is required. Now we just are going to keep our fingers crossed and hope that all of those efforts pay off in the end. But he's also a kid who was, I think, born with fish gills. He's always been so connected to the water and the ocean. And so it's no surprise to me that, 17, 18 years later, he is that he's drawn to that as a career choice. So his ultimate career goal is to be an ocean engineer, but he'd love to do it under the umbrella of the Navy.
What is Kelly time, if there's such a thing?
That's an interesting question, because right now Kelly time is really family time. And there are moments that I'll have friends that'll say, oh, you should go to the spa or you should do this. And, it sounds great and really would be a fun day. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like you mentioned a little earlier, the clock ticks so fast when they're in high school. And I feel that almost every day, and I don't want to miss anything. So right now, Kelly time is what are we going to do together? Like, if we all have some free time together, what's that look like? So it's family time for us.
Do you have a piece of advice that you could give the mom of a high school athlete? Just a little something.
I think if I were to give any advice, and this is really through the education lens as well as the student athlete lens, it is that we think our children, as they grow older and get bigger and they're, nearing adulthood, that they need us less and less and less. And, and we feel that too, because they have this higher level of independence. They can drive themselves to places. They can handle life on their own pretty much. But the truth of the matter is they still want to know you're there and you're connected. And so while you may feel like you're imposing or you're a burden, making sure that your students, especially your student athletes who are so busy, know that you're there, and you're there for them.
Okay, Kelly, it has been such a pleasure to get to know you and Liam and your family. And we will certainly be watching Liam, number 33, and you will be in the stands loud and proud. So we always end this with, Go Fighting Indians!
Hi, Derek West here from the Genesis Church of Vero Beach. We are proud supporters of Fighting Indians football and Vero Beach athletics. We invite you to join us this Sunday at 9:15 for our services. If you can't join us in person, please visit us online at gcvero.com. Genesis Church of Vero Beach, place of love where honest men are known and unafraid to love the hardest stone. Visit us at gcvero.com.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Wild Time Catering is a Christian FM business partner that believes in giving back to the community, and they love supporting Fighting Indian sports. Since 2011, they've been the Treasure Coast caterer of weddings, corporate parties, birthday parties, and celebrations of life. All their services are online at cateringverobeach.com.
WSCF Vero Beach, Christian FM. The Fighting Indians halftime show is brought to you by Genesis Church. Let's join Carrie Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Back here at Forest Hill High School. Vero Beach on the road in round one of the playoffs. And they are taking on the Falcons. And right now, it has been all Vero Beach here in the first half of play, leading 40-6. Let's take a look at your Durfee's Heating and Cooling first half stats. And we're going to start with that defense first. I like GT's mindset there as he was talking to Coach Jay at the end of the first half there. Brandon Neely having a whale of a game here in the first half. 7 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss and a sack. Bucky Rojas with 5 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, and Elijah Anderson with an interception. For the offense, it has been Maurice Smith and the air attack leading the way. Maurice Smith, 12 for 12 in that first half of play, 232 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, Dravius Jacobs, 5 for 85 and a score. Floyd's got 3 for 68 and 2 scores. James Smith, 2 for 55 and a touchdown. And Rogers got 2 for 24. 11 first downs and 1 turnover. That was on a kickoff. On the ground, it's been 97 yards, 4 carries for Ferguson, 37 yards and a score. Rogers has got 5 carries, 52 yards and a score. For the Falcons, not much going there. A total of 110 yards of offense, 52 on the ground, 58 through the air. They've only had 5 first downs, turnovers. It's been 2 of them, and about 5 penalties in the first half of play. So it's been all Vero Beach, both offensively and defensively. If you had to pick anything apart, it would just be some of that special team play, particularly if we just had a couple of extra points right now. We'd be looking at enough of a point spread to where we could potentially be looking at a running clock here in the second half. Let's go down to the sideline, check in with the guys, starting with Ronnie Self. Coach, probably pretty happy with just 6 points on that board.
Yeah, they were a little aggravated that they scored the 6 points, but it's kids when you're playing football, and those kind of things happen. But Coach, talking with Coach Leslie, he says, what do? You got a 40 point lead almost, and a 34-point lead. What kind of adjustments do you make? I said, mainly you just tell them to keep the intensity up, and remind them that there's a second half, and this is the first playoff game that they're in. So you want to keep the intensity up and not make mental mistakes to where they get back in the ball game.
All right. Offensively, G, that's pretty good numbers, 329 yards of offense.
Oh, those are great numbers to put up. And Coach Jay, when we were doing our interview at halftime, he kind of gave me a little wink, and he said, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. So I had to talk with him while we were going into the locker room, and we kidded each other, and he says, what else do you want me to say, GT? That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to put points on the board. But in all seriousness, so he's very happy. What he wants to do is try to get a score on the board, get this clock running, and get this game moving forward. He doesn't, you try to avoid some injuries, but he also is talking to us, be smart, don't do anything silly, don't do anything chippy. You got another game after this one, so be smart, guys.
Absolutely, yeah. If you do everything right, you have a game coming next week, and you don't want to do anything that could potentially keep you from being able to participate in that particular ball game. Matt, you and I were talking about this during the break. We're kind of, when you have a lead like this, you can kind of poke fun at certain things. But we've been talking about this all season, that missed extra points, and I don't want to belabor it here, but we saw a few years ago where Vero Beach missed an extra point, and they were sitting in this same type of position where they were up by 34. And they got into the second half, and that team came back in the second half and made it a real ball game, and it ended up being a slugfest all the way down to the end.
It really does, and it's really a big deal because you're talking about points. It's not talking about, hey, we're giving up poor field position as a punt or something like that. These are actually points you're not getting on the board that are some of the easiest points that you can make. And especially for an 8A high school, and when you got some decent kickers, those are things that you've got to do. And it makes a decision for your coach that when you score, hey, what do? Do we go for 2? We go for the extra point for the 1. And we've really got to kind of hone that in because let's take that out because these games, as you get into the playoffs, they're not going to be like this. They're going to come down to those 1 or 2 point games, and we need that.
Well, friends in our district, Treasure Coast is taking on Palm Beach Gardens. They're still in the second quarter. They're leading 28-7 as Vero Beach gets the kickoff away to Forest Hill. Vero won the toss, elected to receive in the first half, so Forest Hill going to get this arm. Wow, what pursuit on the coverage. There was a fumble, but I think Forest Hill got back on top of it, and that is going to put Forest Hill, again, starting deep in their own territory. So Treasure Coast leading 28-7 over Palm Beach Gardens right now, just shy of the first half ending there. Martin County and Vieira. Martin County leading 14-0 right now. Lake Wales over Port St. Lucie 13-0. Palm Beach Central is leading 13-0 over Centennial right now. That game in the second quarter. That winner of that ball game will face the winner of this ball game, so we're really keeping an eye on that. So Forest Hill going to start from their own 10-yard line, first down and 10. Snap is there. It's going to be a handoff, and wow, what pursuit by Vero Beach. That is a 5-yard loss.
Well, yeah, that was all set up by the defensive line that was able to get in there, and then Bucky Rojas was able to clean it up.
Now, they're only going to give it as a 2-yard loss because that's where his forward momentum stopped, and one of the Falcons is still down. I think that might be the ball carrier on the night. And so, that's good to see, though, coming out of the gates here that Vero Beach is still fired up, ready to play, because sometimes that is one of your biggest challenges for any team at any level. When you have a big lead, you got to come back out in that second half and kind of get that same intensity.
Well, the neat part about that was that's our second team defensive line that was in there. You had the starting linebacker starting secondary, but that was a second-team defensive line, and they're trying to prove something. And along with Bucky Rojas, you had Warren Perry that was also in there. He's you look at this young man. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 225 pounds. He was making his presence known as well. But you're right. This is what you want to come out and set the tone, set it fast. And, you're getting your starters a chance. We see them over there. They're on the bench right now. They're just taking a little break and we're ready to come in at any moment. But when you're up 34, let these other guys try to do something. I mean, obviously, we want the running clock.
Yes.
We want it because there's a whole bunch of factors in that. One is that your starters get out. You have less chance for injury. But, two, we get to eat a little earlier.
Somehow I knew that was coming. Somehow I knew that it was coming. I guess the question is are we going to eat in Palm Beach or are we going to wait till we get back to Vero Beach? That's it. So we've got 11 and a half to go. We just got started here in the third quarter. Forest Hill on their first play. The ball carrier got injured on the play, and so they've been tending to him. He's actually up, and that is actually Chavers that was injured on that play for Forest Hill. He's a little slow moving, but at least he's moving on his own coming off the field. So it'll back him up 2 yards on the loss on that first play, make it a 2nd and 12. Forest Hill with a tight formation. Handoff again, working off the offensive right side, but, man, the defense is right there to stack it up one more time.
Yeah. Tell you what, Cafe 66, here we come. It's once again, you have number 77 for Vero. Big guy in there. I don't have him on our roster. You got 77 because he made the initial hit, and then Bucky Rojas came in and cleaned it up.
That would be Montgomery.
Nice job, Montgomery.
3rd down and 11. And movement, it looks like it may be on Vero.
Get a little anxious.
Yeah.
You get 3rd down long. You're thinking maybe a pass play, maybe a chance for a sack. Not sure who one of the young men, but yeah.
So the young man that made the play before, Antoine Montgomery, 9th grader.
Oh, that's why we haven't seen him.
Yeah.
9th grader.
Yep.
He's a big kid, too.
Got called up, yeah. So that'll make it a 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw the ball. Stamey going to throw it away.
That is going to be
intentional
grounding.
Yeah, it's intentional grounding. Matt, you and I were just talking about in the pregame. If we could change a rule, that would be one of them.
So right now, the quarterback, Michier's going, what do you mean? I threw it away. And the ref's going, son, there has to be, in high school, there has to be someone near it. And I don't like that. I like the fact that he has the ability to protect himself, get outside the pocket, because he was clearly outside the pocket.
Way out there.
And then throw it, and you just got to make it to back to the line of scrimmage. It's unfortunate, but not only is it's going to push them way back.
Yeah, it's going to push them way back, and now they'll punt the ball away, and Vero Beach will have excellent field position, or has the potential to have excellent field position. I don't get too far ahead of myself here.
Yeah, the young man has a soccer style, or a rugby, if you want to say, has a rugby-style kick, which if you get that end over end, it can be a little tough to field.
Yeah, so you got to be careful here if you're Forest Hill, because your punter is standing right near the back line of the end zone. Need that snap to be solid. It is. Kick is away. And that's about as good as you can expect. Oh, it takes a good Forest Hill roll past the 40 to about the 42. Actually, they'll mark it at the 40 where it went out of bounds. So that's about as good as you can hope for in high school.
Oh, my goodness. You're kicking from the back of your end zone. You kick it all the way out to the 40. Mm-hmm. In essence, you're talking about a 45, plus kick in the air. That's great, and there's no return on it. And that's what James Mon was not able to, because of the nature of the kick, wasn't able to get underneath it to field it.
All right, so your starting quarterback, Matt, Maurice Smith, first half, 12 for 12. They totaled up 329 yards of offense in that first half, put up 40 points on the board. Let's see what they do here to start the second half, starting from the Falcon 40. Off the left side, shaking off a few tackles is Ferguson. Ferguson able to get to the 30-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and move the sticks.
That's just a run off the left side, that big offensive line that's out there. Omarion Davis is back in, Baby Joe. And I tell you what, you look at that, we talked about the Lightning and Thunder, and that is the Thunder. And he was just pounding and just hurting people as he's going through.
Smith looking over that left side. Now he's going to try to tuck it and run. Actually flipped it downfield. I don't know if he was past the line. Yeah. And that'll be a score for Vero, but this is all coming back as Maurice. You know what? I believe, Matt, and you probably saw this better than I did, it was that I believe he was wanting to go to the left side, and our receiver got jammed up.
He did, and that's what one of the things that we pride us a lot is like, hey, don't run into the guy. Run around the guy, but get back into your lane. And Maurice is trying to go there, and he saw Vandravius Jacobs on the right side. Mm-hmm. But he was right over the line. Ref was there, made the call. Right call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But how about Vandravius Jacobs? Man, it was just a little hitch route. We call grass on the backside, which if the guy's off, you do a hitch. If he's up close, you go deep. Guy was playing off. He caught it, and he did the rest.
Yeah. Too bad. Instead, it'll be 2nd down and 15. Smith firing left side. Nowhere to go is Ephraim Floyd. When the blocks are there, it looks like a good play. When they don't happen, then it goes nowhere, and it'll be a tackle for a loss.
That's right. And typically the Vero Beach wide receivers, if you're not getting the ball, you're blocking and you're doing a good job. Because if you're not, I promise you, Coach Harris is going to find someone that will.
Yes, indeed. So Vero Beach going backwards here now. Penalty and then busted play of sorts. So now looking at a 3rd down and looks like about 18 to 20 yards here. 8:47 to go, third quarter. It's a 40-6 lead for Vero Beach as Smith Pressure coming. He's trying to get away from it. Rolls out, flips it downfield, finds his receiver, turning it upfield. Still on his feet, shakes a tackle. He's got a first down. He's going to the touchdown. Ferguson. Wow.
So that was hopefully that's not a flag. Okay, no flag on that. So, yeah, Maurice Smith looks like he's going to go down. He stiffs arms a guy, Forrest Hill, and he is able to find Ferguson, and it looked like Ferguson was going to go – he was going to go down. And then you just started seeing blue-black jerseys start falling to the ground as they were trying to tackle him. How impressive was that?
Wow. I mean, Reggie was not going down. I was impressed when he got the first down, but then when he shaked off a couple more tackles and got to the end zone, man. And the extra point is no good, but the good news is we got in the end zone. It is 46-6, Vero on top.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
Chronic Tacos Mexican Grill loves serving their community. That's why they're proud sponsors of the Fighting Indians. Chronic Tacos is now featuring their new street corn and surf and turf burrito. They use third-generation recipes and fresh ingredients in preparing all their dishes. Next to Marshall's off Route 60. Go Indians!
So Vero Beach originally started at the 40, got a penalty, got a bad play. They got backed up, and it ended up Reggie Ferguson with a little pass and then did the rest with his legs and made it a 42-yard reception into the end zone. And it is now 46-6, and that puts us in a running clock format now for the remainder of the second half as the ball caught at the 5-yard line. A cut near the 10, and it will go down. And that's really part of that turf issue that we talked about in the pregame.
And how about our coverage? That's Keyshawn Campbell getting down. He was the one on made the initial hit on the last one. And I tell you what, when you're Forrest Hill, just when things aren't going your way, they're not going your way. When you get a great kick by Cam Perez, then you get the ball on the 10-yard line.
Water break. We'll step aside here at 6:20 left in the third quarter. Vero leads 46-6.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by Cafe 66. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Welcome back, Forest Hill Community High School. We're on their campus here tonight. It is the Region 2 quarterfinal. Vero Beach taking on Forest Hill on their home turf, and Vero Beach has been dominant from the word go, leading 46-6 with 6:15 to go here in the third quarter. After that last touchdown by Reggie Ferguson, that has put us into a running clock format. So this second half is going to go by rather quickly as we come up on 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Forest Hill's going to go with a 4-receiver set, 3 on the left side. Pitch to the right side was dangerous, and Chavers, who went out earlier with an injury, back in there, and really just no going there is the defensive pursuit tonight. I'm just telling you, folks, if you haven't seen it tonight, you get a chance to watch this again later, watch it, because the defensive pursuit tonight has been spectacular.
That was Zach Sigmund coming in from the left defensive end, who actually stopped the quarterback, made him pitch it, bad pitch, threw off the timing, and then he was able to run and get the running back.
It's been that kind of night for the defense. I mean, we've seen Brandon Neely, Rojas, Taylor, and these guys, Sigmund, making all kinds of plays tonight. Anderson. Keeper by the quarterback off the left side. He had a little bit of room, able to get some positive yardage up to about the 20-yard line. And that'll be awfully close for the first down. I believe it is. Yeah.
Well, Derek Williams come from the backside linebacker position and having to make the tackle on that. But, just good read by the quarterback. Kept it.
Move the sticks. It's another set of downs for the Falcons, who are down 46-6. So, as Vero Nation looks to ramp up this ball game here. Your attention now starts to think about who will win the game between Palm Beach Central and Centennial. Last check, it was Central leading 13-0, and they were just shy of getting to halftime. Handoff off the left side, nowhere for it to go. Maybe a yard or two pickup, and that'll be second down for the Falcons.
Yeah, initial hit by Zach coming from the left side, then cleaned up by Victor Esquivel right in the middle. I might have to go to the old internet right here and see what we got going on, Paul.
Coming up 4 minutes to go, third quarter, and counting. Score is 46-6, Vero Beach on top. Falcons with the ball right now, second down and 8. Taking a long time here. Handoff, or keeper by the quarterback. Able to get some positive yards. That's Peters down the sideline. A flag comes in as he goes out of bounds around midfield, and this might come back.
Yeah, we're going to see what that is, but that's basically the option is what they're trying to run out there, and he did a good job faking a pitch, keeping it, going down the sideline. Sideline.
Oh, going to be a sideline warning.
So that's their first one. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, first down.
All right, so they get a first down. Good job by Peters on the keep. Found a crease. He's got enough speed. If you give him that crease, he'll take it, and he made the most out of it. Gets it picked up 31 as he gets into Vero territory around the 47. It's 46-6. Vero Beach on top. 2:45 and counting. In a running clock format now after that last score by Reggie Ferguson put us up by more than 35. Handoff. Sweep around the right side. 45, 40, 35, 30. Out at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's just a good job by Forest Hill being able to seal the edge. And a little kind of a quick sweep coming to jet sweep, if you want to say, from the left to the right. We got they had the edge sealed, and they'll be able to pick up another first down.
So it'll be first down for the Falcons. Ball will be at the 19-yard line of Vero Beach. Falcons trying to see if they can put some points on the board, as they're not going to be able to have too many opportunities here with a running clock now. As the clock winding down the remaining minute and a half of this third quarter. And Vero leading 46-6. Handoff off the right side. Chavers. He'll get to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, a little handoff right up the middle. Anderson coming in from the safety position to make the stop. Not typically what you want when your safety's making the stop, but Paul, we got a score here. Palm Beach Central 20, Centennial 3.
And they're into the third quarter now. So, more than likely, what you would expect as the top seed in the bracket, you would expect Palm Beach Central to win that ball game. There's still a lot of ball game to be played there. As a handoff goes to the right side with Peters, goes out of bounds at the 10. You would expect Palm Beach Central to win that ball game, but can't count out Centennial yet. But if Palm Beach Central wins that ball game, Vero Beach would travel next week to play Palm Beach Central.
Right back down here.
Right back down in this area. If Centennial pulls out the upset, then Vero Beach would host the ball game next Friday night at the Citrus Bowl.
Now checking some other scores for you.
Up under center this time on a short one. And actually, well, I don't even know why it's short. It's first and goal from the 10.
I think the coaches thought it was.
No, it's second down now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking on that one. Yeah.
I think we got another injury timeout here, which that's going to bring the end of the quarter too. So we'll step aside. We'll come back and get started with the fourth quarter. Fighting Indians are up 46-6 here in round one of the playoffs against Forest Hill. This is Fighting Indians football.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Vero Beach Fighting Indians and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
This is Vero Beach Fighting Indians football on Christian FM. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
Round 1 of the playoffs taking place here tonight. Your Fighting Indians on the road to take on Forest Hill down in West Palm Beach. And right now, as we enter into the fourth quarter, it is Vero Beach leading 46-6. At the end of the third quarter there, Forest Hill had an injury. Able to see that young man make it off the field okay. Now looking at a 2nd and goal for the Falcons at about the 8. Play action. Estime going to throw into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. But a flag is down. We'll see if this is going to be against the Falcons, as the ball was caught, and they're going to say the score is good. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So it is Workman with the reception for the Falcons. And that'll make it 46-12. I guess they'll assess that penalty on the kickoff.
And we'll probably see another onside kick.
You think?
Well, let's see. They've had, 3 kicks so far?
They've all been onside kicks. Going to go for 2 here. Roll out to the right side, looking back left. Got a receiver wide open. And it is 2 points for the Falcons. Makes it 46-14. HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Hey, it's Lacey from Cafe 66. We support the Fighting Indians and invite everyone to watch the Friday night games with us while enjoying some barbecue or a burger and a big glass of sweet tea. And of course, there's pie. Then after a fun night of football, how about breakfast? We're open Tuesday through Saturday at 685 US 1. Get your foodie fix at Cafe 66.
Again.
So, Fighting Indians let the Falcons back into the end zone one more time, I should say, as it's 46-14. The 2-point try was good by the Falcons. So now we'll get set for what is most assuredly going to be an onside kick here by the Falcons. Kick is there, takes a couple of hops, and Vero Beach able to get on top of it. So a good job by Vero Beach to control that kickoff there and the onside kick. And get set for one more offensive possession here for the Indians.
That's Brock Thomas. Did a good job. That's the junior over your hands team. And took it, fielded it nicely, and then took a shot. When that happens, someone on the offensive team, the return team, if you're not getting the ball, maybe you should block and hit that guy that's getting ready to knock your guy out.
So let's put it at the 34, 1st down and 10. Leading 46-14, 8.5 to go on a running clock. Handoff off the right side. And a gain of about 2.
I believe that's going to be.
Is that Jean?
Jean, yeah.
So, Maurice Smith, his night is done. Great effort by the senior starting quarterback.
What a great job. Ferguson scored, Floyd scored, Rogers scored, Smith scored, Floyd scored again, Jacob scored, Ferguson scored again. Cam Perez is in the quarterback now. I think Whiteley was started, and now Perez is in.
Yeah, so Cam in at quarterback right now. And we've seen this through the course of the season where Cam and Whiteley will exchange on the same series. Perez finds his target, turns it upfield.
And the
then he
ball was
lost the ball.
stripped.
Yeah, got stripped. A fumble.
Yep, that was just taken right out of the young man's hands. So the pass was it was complete.
Yeah, and then
to Goddard. And as he was trying to make a play, defender came and literally took it right out of his hands, almost like a handoff.
Yeah. So, Florida, I was going to say Florida. Thinking about Florida State, Miami tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, boy.
Yeah. You believe they actually have that on ESPN?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So, it will be Forest Hill with the ball at the 40-yard line of Vero Beach. Low snap. Steamy, he's just going to let it fly. That has to be a penalty, intentional grounding, because there's nobody even remotely close to that area. I see no flag.
No flag.
Oh, well.
Coach was begging for it. You know what, and I don't mind that because he was getting hit. He jumped in the air. He got pressure. He jumped in there. He was trying to throw usually a jump pass, but a 5-yard jump pass. Problem is he was trying to throw it 50 yards down the field, and it came up quite a bit short.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I do think he was trying to make it out to the young man, but.
Anyway, it's 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to roll. And it was a run up the gut. It almost looked like it was a fumble again, the way they were.
That was, Paul, that was a veer where the running back and the pitch man both went right and the quarterback went left. And Zach Simmons comes in and cleans it up.
So they're going to take a water break here. 5:43 left in the fourth quarter. Vero up 46-14.
The safety of young athletes is priority one. The professionals at Pro Sports and Elite Rehab in Vero Beach are the official physicians for Fighting Indian Sports. Vero Beach High trusts them with their athletes. We thank them for helping to make this broadcast possible. They offer care in orthopedics, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. More at prosportsandeliterehab.com.
This is Fighting Indians football on the Vero Nation Network. Brought to you by HBS Glass. Let's join Gary Paris and the voice of the Fighting Indians, Paul Tipton.
5 minutes, 43 seconds remaining to wrap this ball game up. Vero Beach leading 46-14. Vero Beach looking to wrap up this game tonight. They will earn their first win in the 2021 playoffs. Round one will be in the books here shortly, and then it'll be the attention on who will be their opponent for round two. Will it be Palm Beach Central or will it be St. Lucie West Centennial? Peter's going to let it fly down the left side. Again, looking for his receiver who's trying to toe tap. That's Workman over on that side, and it'll fall incomplete. Good thing about a running clock is on an incomplete pass, the clock continues to tick.
Continues to run. Well, I tell you what a great job by the young man from Forest Hill Workman trying to stay in bounds.
Yeah.
And he had his hands on it. It was a great attempt. That's the stuff you practice as a kid. And he was able to he actually did it earlier in the game. Couldn't hold on to it on that one.
4th down.
Oh.
And we had movement. They didn't catch it. Okay. We'll take that. Snap. Looking like he was going to set up a screen. Now fires across the middle on a drag route. And Hubbard not going to get to the line to gain, and that will be turnover on downs for the Falcons.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to run a screen out to the left, and it was a little drag, a little delayed route coming from your left tight end, coming across. A neat little play, but picked up some yards, but just not enough.
So the offense for Vero back out on the field. And really, man, I think they just about – I think if they get one first down, they could probably just take a knee after that. Snap is there. No, they're actually going to go with a pass. Short screen left side, turning it upfield, and gets past the 45 to about the 47.
See if I can get the young man on that. Looks like that was Troy Smith, number 4 for Vero. And, boy, you talk about speed. That young man's a sophomore.
Yeah.
You got to look for him and Dravius Jacobs next year. That was he was a little explosive on that.
Yeah, no, he's got some speed for sure. First down, handoff. Really nowhere to go, but really the only thing you want to do is just hang on to the ball right now. As we're inside 3 minutes and counting.
That's all you want to do. Not get anyone injured, hold on to the ball, and let the clock just run down. They don't have the play clock here, unfortunately, like Vero has play clock, so you can see, you can take it all the way down. Perez still in the quarterback.
Going to go with a trips to the right side, almost kind of like a stack formation on second down, and Perez has to eat it after the snap, and a late flag comes in. And it's going to be a personal foul.
A targeting.
Targeting against the Falcons.
And that'll do it. That'll take us under 2 minutes. That's an automatic first down.
Yeah.
15
now
yards.
You just take knees.
That's right.
Yep.
Get into the victory formation and take a knee.
So Vero on its way to improve to 7-2 on the year.
That should be they're not giving them automatic first down.
No, I guess it's going to be about 2.5 yards shy.
Yeah.
Little toss play, going to go around the right side, trying to get Troy Smith on the edge. And, he got enough for a first down. Actually, that's Klipstein. Hey, good job.
Yeah. And great job by Whiteley. The quarterback snap was a little low. He actually went down and got it because that's such a timing play because it's a little flip pass in front to Klipstein. Whiteley did a good job. Then he goes up to a center and says, hey, let's get that up a little bit.
So we're down to 64 seconds and counting. 46-14 lead for Vero Beach. Really could just take a knee here, and this would be the ball game.
It's interesting. I haven't been keeping it. I'm going to get with Don here in a minute to see if we have an incomplete pass.
Handoff. Ball came out, but I believe they whistled to play dead. So the ball will be marked at the 40-yard line, or it'll be second down for the Indians, and really they don't have to run another play.
That'll do it.
7-2 now with the win tonight, 46-14. Biggest thing is that with the win, you get to go play another week. For the Falcons, it will wrap up their season. They can hang their hat on the fact that they were district champs, earned the right to be in the playoffs, but just came up against a team that had a little more offensive firepower, and it will wrap up their season for sure. We're going to step aside. We'll come back with the Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show. Indians win tonight 46-14.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Vero Beach Fighting Indians and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
Welcome to the Fighting Indians postgame show, presented by Roy Bell Grading Services.
Vero wins 46-14 over Forest Hill. They will advance to next week, known as the regional semifinal. We'll wait to see who will be the opponent. Is it going to be Palm Beach Central? Will it be St. Lucie West Centennial? Welcome to the Roy Bell Grading Services post-game show. With that, let's go down to the field, check in with Ronnie Self, who's got Coach Rahal.
Coach Rahal, pretty sound victory tonight. We probably played well on both sides of the ball. Special teams were pretty well on kickoffs and punt coverage, so pretty sound football game for Vero tonight.
Yeah, it was, and, it definitely was, and we had a great thing. I was telling you a little bit before the game. We had a great week of practice. Really was just it seemed like the focus in practice was there. The reps, we felt good about our scheme schematically. The kids understood it, and we thought that if we executed it, that great things would happen on both sides of the ball and special teams. We put an emphasis on the three-phase game, and I thought that we did a pretty good job, like you said, with that tonight.
We did, and, anytime you can put up 40, pretty good off. They got the short porch because of the defense quite a few times, but we were able to convert and put 46 big ones up there.
Hey, as a defensive guy, I love 46 big ones on our scoreboard electronically, not on the visitor side. But, it was we know our offense could do that. We know it has potential. And as a defensive staff and a defensive unit, we talk about that all the time. Get them the ball as fast as we can and as many times as we can. And we know if we could put some pressure and create some long yardage situations and get off the field, a turnover or two, then we know our offense, they feed off that, and like they did tonight. And every time we got on the ball, they put it in the end zone, and it just, really was a great complement of each other tonight, offensively, defensively, and then mix in. I think we stole a possession on special teams as well.
We did, and even though, we put 46 up, some penalties in there.
Oh, there's a lot of penalties. I got to go back and look at that. Some of our own doing, and sometimes in this situation, the kids get so excited that they lose their sense a little bit, and maybe a late hit after. I'm not even sure. It seemed like a lot of penalties, and that's got to be cleaned up. Obviously, that last drive, we had some kids that don't play as often. Getting some reps, and there were some things that we need to clean up on that end that they saw too. That 2-point play, we were ready for that last throwback 2-point play, but just in the heat of the moment with guys on the field, they didn't recognize it, didn't see it, and we let it go. So as a coaching staff, you go in the film room on Monday, we'll clean all that up, and we'll get better with that stuff, and then we'll schematically get ready for whoever is our next opponent.
Right, and each team will get progressively better as we go deeper in the playoffs. Next week's team more than likely will be better than this week's team that we played, and we got to be ready to go.
No, without a doubt. We told our kids, last week that there's no easy games. There's no such thing as that. We're going to prepare. We the last 5 or 6 weeks we've been preparing with playoff mentality, right? Like every week has been kind of a playoff approach. So now we're here. We're not having to change much, but just trying to make sure we keep that focus. And the game's got to get a little cleaner, more comfortable. When you have a great week of practice and you work hard, good things happen. And that'll be something that we tell them. Is when we look back at some of the success we had tonight, we need to go in and take that same approach next week and have that same type of attitude, and good things will happen next week.
Well, they did, Coach, and we want to congratulate the coaching staff for getting the boys ready tonight to come out and play the way that they played tonight, and congratulate the boys for the way they did play tonight, and everything came out good for Vero Beach.
Absolutely. It's the best part of being here at Vero Beach. You got great kids surrounded by great people, and, it's just an awesome feeling, and those who couldn't make the game, we appreciate you willing it on the internet, willing it on the radio. However you saw it, we could feel that presence from Vero Beach. I got texts all day today. I was so fired up, my kids couldn't even understand what I was teaching in class. I don't know if I understood what I was teaching in class. I was so fired up, but just the community was all in. So I know we got a lot of people at home watching. Thank you, Christian FM, for being down here 3-4 hours before getting set up. We love you guys. It's football ain't complete without you. So thank you guys. Thank you, Vero Beach family, near and far. And Mom, I know you always listen. Love you. Hope you had a great night.
All right, congratulations, Coach. We'll see you next week.
All right, that's Brian Rahal, our secondary coach, and we're talking about the win tonight, 46-14 over Forest Hill. Let's head back down to the field. We'll check in with GT Paris, who's got our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game, and take it away, G.
I got our defensive player of the game, Cam Neely. Cam Neely, I'm going to give you quick stats. Brandon Neely, I'm sorry. Brandon Neely, I'm sorry. We had 7 tackles solo. You had 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss. Defense kind of dominated tonight, I would say, no less. How did you guys live up to your plan? Did you execute it as you wanted?
Oh, man, yeah, we executed like we always got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? We was focused in practice this week. We was on our keys. Everybody was on their same thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we just went out and did our thing like some dogs, like those dogs we are.
Did you have a good week of practice? How was everything coming into this? And did you take the practice to tonight?
Yes, sir. Hey, we had a great week of practice. Everybody was focused. Everybody was solid, locked in, and it all translated to the game, as you can see by the score.
All right, great job. Maurice, good job. Good. All right, Maurice is over here celebrating with his teammates. Maurice, offensive player of the game tonight. I'm going to give you a quick one stat as I did earlier. 14 of 15. I think the only miss was a drop, but looked like you hit all your receivers. You were spreading it around. Tell me what you were seeing out there.
You know, they were lining up in a too high. They were trying to – it looked like they came out in a little bit of a man, but Coach Jay said they were just trailing it from the zone perspective. But, I mean, my receiver did a great job of getting open, and my O-line did a great job protecting me. So it made it pretty easy for me.
Now, I heard Coach Jay talking a minute ago about from week 1 to now and the improvement. How would you rate yourself and your team, your offense, from week 1 to now? What kind of grade would you say you are?
You know, we're always trying to get better. So right now we're not really at the point that we really want to be until we get to that state championship. We just want to keep on building and building. So it's really hard to give a grade on where the offense is at. I know that we're hitting on all cylinders, so yeah, we just got to keep on working.
Well, that's where you want to be at this stage. Good luck next week. And you feeling healthy? Everything good with you right now?
Yes, sir. They were trying to do a little bit of cheap shots, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I was able to remain healthy.
All right, buddy. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon Neely and Maurice Smith, our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game. We'll step aside. We'll have more of the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show right after this.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians postgame show. Roy Bell Grading Services offers services such as land clearing, grading, laser grading, and complete site work.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell. My family and I support Vero Beach Fighting Indians and Christian FM. Go Indians!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
The Tripp family, GNC, and the Miracle Mile are crazy about the Vero Beach Fighting Indians and their fans. Joe and his staff have over 2 decades in the supplement business and know all about sports nutrition, along with vitamins, herbs, weight loss, and wellness products. GNC also offers meal replacements and testosterone support and tailors their products to meet individual needs. 562-2450.
Since 1980, the Village Beach Market has been that local store on the beach filled with friends that always has something for everyone. And we've been Fighting Indian fans for generations. From fresh baked goods to prepared foods to chef-inspired lunches and dinners, our slogan says it best, simply better. We're online at villagebeachmarket.com.
More of the Roy Bell Grading Services postgame show.
Round one is now officially in the books. Vero Beach wins 46-14. They beat Forest Hill. They earn the right now. They will move on to the regional semifinal next week. Now, where and who? We'll find out that in a little while. This game got started early tonight. It got a 6:30 kickoff, and that is because Palm Beach County has, with their athletics, they have a stipulation. I believe, I don't know all the reasons behind it. I tried to ask, and everybody had different opinions about it. No one had an official answer about it. I think some has to do with safety concerns, and they want to try to get games done early enough so that people, students, everyone involved at a game can get home early and safe, and that's just the whole deal. So, with that said, that means some of these other games, who we're going to start either at 7 or 7:30, are still in progress right now. So we don't know right now who our opponent's going to be. More than likely, it's probably going to be Palm Beach Central. They are leading right now against Centennial. It is late in that ball game, I think somewhere in the middle of the third quarter. We'll find out. And as soon as we know, we will make sure to let you know. Here are the various scenarios. If Palm Beach Central wins, we would travel back down here next week to Palm Beach Central to play them. If Centennial wins, then Vero Beach would host that regional semifinal at the Citrus Bowl. But until that game is decided, we just don't know. So we just got to be prepared to play whomever, whenever.
Most likely it's going to be Central. I just looked at it's a 27-3 score right now with Central up on Centennial.
Yeah.
So that looks like we'll be taking another trip down here. But again, some things can happen. But I do like how we traveled. Coach was a little nervous about this game, which rightly so. You're facing a district champ. This isn't a runner-up.
Right.
And you could see at moments where they've got athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Forest Hill does. So you could see why they would be a little bit nervous. But like GT and Brandon Neely were talking about down there, they just had a great week of practice. And, man, it paid off.
Yeah.
They were whatever Forest Hill was trying to do, the defense had an answer for it. I really think the only time that they were able to move the ball at all was when we had our second team in. And hey, give these guys credit. They're in there doing their stuff. But against that first team, it was lights out.
It was that and our own mistakes, those penalties.
True. We had
one of the scoring drives. We had 2 critical penalties that were big yardage penalties that really helped that drive.
Yeah, they had a short porch. We gave them the ball on the 47, and then they had 30 yards in penalties. So it marched them right down, and that's when they were able to get that score. But other than that, the defense played a great job. The defense and special teams did a great job of stopping it, but also giving us amazing field position.
Mm-hmm.
And when you listen down there to Maurice Smith with GT in the interview, and you can't help but love the young man. He's just, GT's asked him to give a grade, and, you would think, hey, well, what we just did, give a high grade, but he says, we're not satisfied.
Yeah.
We're not where we need to be. There's a few things that we need to do. We had a couple fumbles. He didn't mention that, but I think that he's talking about a couple of penalties. But you talk about just a young man you just want to just be around. That's Maurice Smith, our starting quarterback.
Well, let's give you the final numbers here, presented by Durfee's Heating and Cooling. On the night for the Falcons, Forest Hill finished with a total of 201 yards of offense. It was 134 on the ground, 67 through the air tonight. Only 9 first downs, 2 turnovers, and 7 penalties on the night. They only produced 14 points. For Vero Beach, however, it was a total of 392 yards of offense, 109 of that on the ground, 5 carries for Ferguson for 47 yards, 5 for 52 for Quincy Rogers. Both Reggie and Quincy had a score on the ground tonight. Through the air tonight, 283 yards. For Maurice Smith, he was 14 of 15 for 270 yards and 4 touchdowns on the night. Perez had 1 of 2 for 10 yards, and Whiteley was 1 of 1 for 3 yards in some of the mop-up duty there late in the second half. Jacobs tonight finishes with 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Floyd had 4 for 64 and 2 touchdowns. James Smith had 2 for 55 and a score. Rogers 2 for 24. Ferguson 1 for 42 and a score. Troy Smith 1 for 10. And Klipstein 1 for 3. 14 first downs tonight for the Indian offense. 2 turnovers and a total of 9 penalties. That'll be probably a big subject in the film room tomorrow when they're talking, because that, against a team tonight, when you have a big score like that, you don't really look at those as detrimental. But I promise you that will be a subject of discussion tomorrow when they're reviewing the game for tomorrow at the Saturday film session. But all in all, it's 46 points for Vero Beach, and it is a win, and they move on to the second round. And, Matt, it was just a great night. If you're a Vero fan, you loved what you saw, you loved what you heard, and you like the fact that your Fighting Indians are still playing football.
Oh, without a doubt. You come on the road to the district champ Forest Hill, and literally you dominate in basically all 3 phases of the game. We got to clean up a few things here. Our PATs are definitely something that we're going to have to work on. Mm-hmm. But overall, I mean, the boys came down. They did what they were supposed to do. Coach Jay and that offense, you talk about putting a scheme together. And then how about Coach Leslie and Coach Ray Hall and the defense just stymieing Forest Hill. And overall, it was just a big win for Vero and really sets a tone. I mean, we'll potentially face the number 1 seed. We are going to face the number 1 seed in our region next week. But I can tell you this, that Central's going to look at this game and they're going to be ready because they're going to look at Vero Beach and go, wow, what did they just do to our neighbors at Forest Hill?
Absolutely. It was a great night to be out here at Forest Hill, especially if you're a Vero fan, and we're looking forward to next week, wherever that may be and whatever time that may be. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Our executive producer of Christian FM Sports is John Hamilton. Our director and field engineer is Kevin Boslaw. Our studio engineer is Jesse Jewett. Video director is Jay Kendall. Our director assistant is Devin Gaga Ingram. Cameras are Kenneth Loans and Ian Salvatore. Stats, Don Dexter and Derek West. Interviews, Bobby Paris and Matt Paris. Sidelines tonight, Ronnie Self and GT Paris. And Matt Paris was up with me tonight as the analyst. And next week we will be playing. We'll tell you when that's going to happen and where that's going to be, so stay tuned. Vero Beach Fighting Indians football is a presentation of Vero Nation Network and Christian FM Sports. I'm Paul Tipton saying good night from West Palm.